You know, we're sure if you watch most other video essays, they usually hit you with this 8 to 9 minute introduction. We are not going to treat you as an ignorant, brainless child. If you're here, you are especially aware of the state of the backrooms. It's never coming back.
There's a level with a clock tower from real life. That is insane. Of the sky, bro, what even?
Fast forward 6 or so years, and now you have to check the wiki to figure out what monster is trying to touch you this very moment. Is it the spooky squiggler? He squiggles at you, by the way. The spooky smiler? He smiles at you, by the way.
Backrooms games are all over the place in terms of gameplay, quality, and scariness.
A knight opening a portal with a sword.
This thing obviously started off as a vague, liminal, open-ended horror experience that slowly got expanded upon until people started implementing generic horror elements, non-liminal elements, anime bullshit, and SCP into the whole thing. And we are far past the point of recovery. So it's time to accept that we are just never going back to that original 4chan story. The Backrooms is completely and utterly riddled with both SCP, anime, and whatever the fuck you want to throw in there. I mean, take a look at the original partygoer image. Does this look like it actually belongs there? This thing was clearly drawn by a fucking 15-year-old who probably still uses A-Light motion. Backrooms purists, it's time to accept that this era is just gone. It's gone. But at the same time, that doesn't mean it can't be completely gone. What's stopping you from still making your own Backrooms take? What's stopping you from reading its original stories? Kane Pixels originally didn't even completely take from the 4chan story and added onto his own shit. You can actively avoid the absurd shit that's going on in the Backrooms because, believe it or not, there are games and stories out there and levels where all that crazy shit gets sidestepped. What there isn't, however, is a game that tries to blend both the absurdity of the Backrooms that was injected by every psychopath known to man on the internet and the serious, liminal, open-ended horror that was spawned by the original writers for the Backrooms. A lot of games in this genre just do not seem to, find a good middle ground. It's either too serious or it's too ridiculous. And that's fine for either or, even though the ridiculous games are fucking stupid. But more than that, there is not a single Backrooms game that does not have a dedicated protagonist with feelings and dimensionality to him. We're not talking about some faceless goon who talks to his employer over the radio and that's all he's ever meant to be, just some guy stuck in hell with you. No, we're talking about a guy who's like Kiryu Kazuma. But more than that, we're also talking about a game that blends both the seriousness of the Backrooms and the absurdity of the Backrooms all together. Because in Yakuza, Kiryu Kazuma is a flawed man. More than that, he's a miserable man, stuck in the depths of the Japanese crime syndicate since the 80s. Every bit of his rampages either gets one of his friends killed or makes other people disappear or have their lives changed for a long time. As impressive as this beat-em-up is, Kiryu has unfortunately went through all circles of hell throughout every game, especially when he had to balance the crime life with his own stepkids. And yet with all that misery, guess what Yakuza does? They give you the most outrageous side missions ever known to man. They make Kiryu unironically do stupid-ass side activities like bowling for a fucking chicken, playing Hearts of Iron 4 to protect the company of a guy who occasionally tried to kill him. You know these guys race fucking Hot Wheels unironically and they make this guy, the dude who got Kiryu into this thing in the first place, an actual serious side story character in the 6th game? They don't brush this shit off and yet it works. How come a Backrooms game hasn't tried to do this middle ground shit? Wait a minute, they already did? What game is that? Roblox? What the fuck? Obviously, we need to go into this blind, so we're not going to get to yapping about the protagonist or anything like that. Let's take it from the very start. Welcome to Level 0, Piss Filter Land. Although, unlike most other depictions, this one is on the brighter lighting side, so it's not as obnoxious and more healthier to consume. Traversing Level 0 is definitely piss easy. Thing is, it's even easier in this game than in most other games. However, what it does well to mitigate this fact is add more complexity to the traversal of this level. We chose a path and eventually stumbled across a strange wall that says async. If you've been keeping up with Kane Pixel, this is familiar. Walking in here, we see some Max Payne-ass motherfucker just standing there.
You found the right person. Who are you? I serve as the chief supervisor at Async. Video Sane. I'm lost. Follow my instructions. You should be fine. First, find a wooden door. You'll find yourself on level 0.2. From there, you should find an air conditioner. Leaving this level through the only exit, you'll find yourself at level 4, where there are people to help you. Careful. I hope to see you alive next time. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Huh. Well, he just told us exactly where we need to go. Level 0.2, then level 4. But to do that, we have to find a wooden door. Going back the way we came from, we can probably find this wooden door somewhere around here. Is this it? There appears to be 2 of them, but we're gonna go to the one straight ahead. This is the remodeled mess. By the looks of it, it seems fine so far. I don't know what exactly is being remodeled yet. So there's a piece of ceiling and a bit of scaffolding there. I see why they're calling it the remodeled mess. Something is under construction here, but it doesn't seem very safe.
No shit.
We can find the air conditioner that the guy was talking about and go straight towards it. the icy rooms. As expected, it's freezing. You'll probably also notice when you're in this level that it's a little bit sluggish to move around. I think your character move speed is also slowed a bit, but it's tiny bit frustrating to navigate as a result. But eventually, you will come across a giant chasm and an elevator. We go towards the elevator. No need to kill ourselves. We eventually find an office of sorts. This office does look comfy, I'm not gonna lie to you. But leaving the elevator, we decide to go down a little hallway where we can see windows with blue curtains. There also seems to be a chair just sitting out here. We also see some boxes and more office chairs just sitting around. Doesn't seem too out of the ordinary here, but what the fuck? So it goes without saying, this is going to the Yakuza counter already. That is Corone, whatever. Going through the exit door, after brushing past a literal VTuber, we stumble upon the Terror Halls. This is a gigantic maze in itself, full of various rooms that you can't really access because, well, they're locked. Eventually, we stumble upon a little hallway where at the end of it is a red sofa. We could sit our butts down comfy, but it's not like sitting is gonna help us. And this isn't really the end. Looking down both hallways that we stumble upon, we see a telephone at the very end. We also get to see some special paintings, but there is one little interesting corner here, a staff-only door, which we immediately head into. This takes us to the boiler room. The boiler room speaks for itself. It's a boiler room. It's meant for the large facility that we just came from. But we are not completely alone in here. Eventually, after going past some lit boilers, some unlit boilers, we hear a entity flapping its wings about. Oh yeah, these motherfuckers move fast. It doesn't matter how much you sprint. These guys are just a little bit slower than you, and as a result, they're always on your tail. Once it spots you, you gotta keep moving forward. Juking them can work, if you are able to, but these pricks, they're big, and they can easily get around corners if they need to. After much traversal, we find our way out of the boiler room and stumble upon a dimly lit room. We've also been equipped a LiDAR scanner. We don't realize what this is for until we see how pitch dark it is, so we activate it. If you don't know what a LiDAR scanner is, well, it's a remote sensing technology that uses pulsed laser light to measure distances and create high-resolution 3D models of the Earth's surface or objects. It works by emitting laser pulses and measuring the time it takes for the light to reflect off a target and return to the sensor. What we're doing is no different, though why our character just casually has a LiDAR scanner, I don't know. But hey, he comes in handy with it. Of course, navigating, we realize that this dark area is, well, a maze in itself. We come across occasional dead ends, but then there is this one hallway that seems to go on quite a bit. And with good reason. Eventually we stumble upon a pitch red door. Seeing as we didn't encounter anything else, thankfully, we go through it. This is thalassophobia, the fear of the big-ass sea. We can also see some buildings just floating about like they're floatables. Taking a look around in this big great ocean, we spot a woman fishing while she's holding onto a buoy. Who the fuck is this? Like, look at this shit. Does she think she's like the hero of her own goddamn story here? Who the fuck fishes like this? This is not responsible in the slightest. We do have the option to interact with them, but talking to them gives us a one-way dialogue response.
Hey, are you too scared to fish around here? Just kidding. Unless...
Okay, she is definitely the hero of her own story. We're not gonna interrupt psychopaths like that. We see a big house in the distance with someone just sitting on the roof, possibly fishing just like her. We have two heroes of the story now. I can't wait to see who the fuck this is. We could have just taken the boat, so that way, well, we wouldn't be just constantly jumping in the damn water here, but it's whatever. This gets the job done. Scaling the house, we see... Oh my god. Well, that Yakuza counter just keeps going, doesn't it? Okay, well, moving past him, we see scuba gear by the looks of it just sitting on the roof. It's amazing how this thing didn't slide off since it's sitting on a slope, but whatever. Interacting with it, we find ourselves down in the deep depths. Our character just really decided to fucking dive down with this thing, huh? Crazy. In any case, we're here. Turning around, we see a little shark cage that we just emerged from. I didn't see this here when we were jumping off the damn roof, but you know what? Let's just assume that this is like, I don't know, a subsector of the level itself. And oh! So we are not completely alone here. We should have thought about that before fucking diving, right? Traversing the very bottom of thalassophobia, we stumble upon many structures that have sunk to the floor. This one, I'm not completely sure what that is, but it's definitely a part of something. Possibly a downed submarine, but we can't really tell since we just walked past it. Moving forward, we also find... Oh, now we can clearly tell that this is a submarine. This thing has been sitting on the ocean floor for possibly years now. We get the impression that, well, this thing has existed for God knows how long, but the fact submarines are even here to begin with suggests that there probably were bigger organizations here before us, maybe even before async. Though there is no evidence of that, at least we think there isn't any, but we can't stay and focus on that. We eventually stumble upon a dead end. It's a giant wall of rock, but there is a dark tunnel that is not very far from it. Well, since we need to escape that thing, we go in it. This is the cave system. Well, this is very interesting to say the least. It's a cave. Oh, is that Bigfoot? There's also a little area of async employees, but given how unpredictable Bigfoot can be when traversing here, it's not a good idea to just talk to these guys. And the fact that they haven't really messed with them either suggests that, well, they're fucking stupid. When actually trying to flank Bigfoot, we find ourselves a long wooden bridge. Taking ourselves across it, we can see more light posts that have been set up, and another dead end. This level is a miniature maze in itself, but thankfully it's not a complete dead end. Going through it, we eventually find ourselves yet another exit door. And this time, it's lit up with an orange light. A very blatant indicator. Taking the exit door, we find ourselves in the most standard American neighborhood ever conceived by man. You know, this place isn't completely out of the ordinary. It does feel so... Okay, so whatever the fuck that is down the road, we're not gonna pay too much attention to that. It's got a spotlight, and if Manhunt has taught us anything, it's better to stick to the shadows. God, that fucker is moving, though. Yeah, we do not want to stick to this road. Though, at the same time, following the road is the only route that we really have until we can spot something to get out of this place. Honestly, is talking to the neighbors even a good idea at this point? Possibly the neighborhood watch, right? Well, in any case, we see an exit. It's a giant, dark tunnel. We take it. Oh, what the hell? This is the Endless City. Level 11 to be specific. Liminal clothes. That's a thing. Let's check it out. Entering the liminal clothes store, we... Okay.
This merch is fire.
That's an opinion? Oh, that was the microtransaction section of the game, just blatantly... Okay, yeah, add that to the Yakuza counter. Taking the main road ahead of us, we see high-quality buildings and low-quality buildings strewn together. Though, there is a good chance in the future this is gonna change. It doesn't look too bad, but, oh, that's... Bei Tong Fang. Yeah, that one fucking stood out like a sore thumb, I'm not gonna lie. Though, while we're heading over to the biggest building on the map, we do spot a garage called Roblox Car Wash, and a entity with a chain.
You have a code. If not, better get out.
Okay, so he owns the business. Now, who is this girl with Japanese text emanating from her head?
Hey, are you,
Rough.
I will submit to insanity here. This dog really thinks she can bark louder than me. She will see.
Okay, if we navigate level 11 just hard enough, though, we can also stumble upon... Oh my god. Okay, this is literally like the equivalent of fucking Michael Jackson in Yakuza 0, dude. Why? Now we have a Deltarune character in a... Oh my god! Well, like we were saying, these buildings don't look too bad. Hey, Sebastian. There is a gigantic parking lot there, but there doesn't seem to be much else in there, so we'll just head to the Mundus Court entrance. Nobody's working the front desk, it seems. Okay, you guys exist? Whatever the hell you are. What is that buzzing noise? You guys hear that? Oh, it's a TV. Not ominous at all. And that's a staircase literally going towards heaven. Fuck it. TV. Going into the TV, we make it to... Oh, this is literally the Matrix. Yeah, after some point, the door unlocks by itself, and we can finally leave. That was weird. Anyways, what the fuck is this shit on the screen? Place, lock, who are you? You don't even have a face.
Got you on the list. Just pick whatever apartment that already isn't. I don't care. Make sure you put your name on it.
Okay, broken English aside, what the hell is this place? Huh? No one's apartment? Okay, well, it's time to explain yet another Yakuza moment here. If you didn't know, Backrooms Redacted at this point is a live service game. Thankfully not the slop kind, but there is an element of live service that needs to be implemented for the developers to make any kind of money, and that includes furniture. However, this is the only level in the game that you get to utilize the furniture that you either unlock through collectibles or buy from a specific store that we will get into much later in the video. However, it cannot be understated how insane this moment especially is. There is just casually a fucking apartment builder in the game. It's just there, and it doesn't care if you don't like the fact it's there. It's shoving it in your face, and yes. Oh my god. Now, the gameplay here has been recorded by BCP, and you can tell she had fun building this shit out. It's a unique breathing room of sorts that, if it's not for you, it's fine, because at the end of the day, you can just leave. But once you have enough stuff here, you can definitely take your time being as creative as you'd like, because there is a lot of props, a lot of different furniture that you can use, and if multiple people are on this level at a time, you can really get to it. You can really admire how insane some of these apartment builds can get. It's yeah. Eventually, we decide to go down a downstairs hallway of sorts that leads us to a bright exit of what the fuck? Okay, well, whatever that is, we are not gonna mess with them. We are definitely not gonna mess with them. Taking the exit door, we go to a zone called Paradise. This is also where you'll begin to notice your sanity bar, or health, that it's most likely called now, draining by the minute. If you're playing on a high-end device, the atmosphere in this level is just... yeah. And look at that light. Look at that light. This is a game that is fresh out of Roblox Studio, mind you. A lot of this had to, be terrain built, but other than that, look at that. Just look at that. It's so simple. It's so fucking good. My god. Oh, okay. We are, oh, that's an invisible wall. We get the impression, however, that this might indicate something else, because while it does establish a map border, the fact it's even illustrated like this suggests something is probably aware of us and is maybe directing where we need to go. Maybe. That's just an interpretation. Eventually, we find out where we really need to go, and that is this white-ass tree with more of those familiar static filters while it's on fire. We touch it. We are now at the futuristic halls. Gotta admit, this atmosphere is also equally odd. Moving towards the end of this gigantic hallway, we see 3 monitors and a mechanism of sorts at the center. There is actually a lot of lore implications and stuff that goes on in this level that we honestly do not know too much about, so we're not going to really address that, but at least you know that there's something here. Feel free to explore as much as you can on this level in your own free time, alright? We're going to move on, though. Eventually, we get to a crossing and turn to the right here because this looks interesting. Oh, yeah, it was interesting. It's one of those dog things, but it's smaller. This is probably one of their pups. A note. The hell does this thing say?
This letter must be delivered to Henry Krasinski from Group C. The writer is scientist Jonathan Reed from Group A. I am writing this letter to announce my group's departure from level 15. I need your search team to find a better level where we can conduct our research. I had already warned Mr. Scott that it would not be a good idea to carry out research in the futuristic halls, but he insisted we try, claiming that the environment was perfect for this kind of work. After all, we had beds, cafeterias, laboratories, and equipment. Well, what he didn't account for was that the equipment doesn't even work. It's as if they were just replicas, meant to simulate something futuristic. None of it makes any sense. On top of that, the equipment and everything we bring here ends up disappearing and reappearing in random places. So far, we still haven't managed to locate the hound we collected. This work environment is impossible. That's why I'm leaving. The research on memory water will have to wait. This is the 3rd time I've written this letter, since every time it vanishes and I can't find it again. I hope this will be the last time. I also hope your group is doing well. That's all.
Yeah, good luck to you guys, too. Interesting petri dish. We also find a door here that's locked. Maybe that will be accessible, but, we're not gonna really focus too much on that for now. Going down the other hallway, we see something. And that something is a little lobby with a bunch of benches. Going down it, we see more futuristic halls with a doorway at the end. Or door. find ourselves a room full of lockers and another inaccessible door. Turning to the right, another inaccessible door. And another one. Oh, the exit already? Okay, so that was quick. We went from Cyberpunk to the fucking Outlast series. That was undeniably quick. What the hell do we do here now? Now, this is very reminiscent of Whoa, okay, alright, yep, so we're not completely alone on this level. It's yeah. Traversing through the mental asylum, we eventually find ourselves flanking this entity that is constantly running after us. We also find out that this is some unique asylum in itself because it's got religion written all over it. We're not going to get into the implications there, but we find ourselves the big exit doors at the end of the hallway and escape whatever the fuck was running after us. The abandoned carrier. There's an arrow here and a little tunnel to the right. Following the arrow is going to bring us down a labyrinth of sorts. We have many routes to choose, but at the end of the day, it takes you into one giant circle. Eventually, though, you do loop back, and that is the beauty of labyrinths, so we finally go down the correct path. It's full of water. We come to a little spacious opening where there's a bunch of crates, and going down another hallway, we see more of these crates. We don't really know what's in them, but there is a ladder that leads to a black ceiling that takes us out. We probably don't want to go down there anyway. Traveling, we find ourselves in a little different area. This level is called Childhood Memories. We get the feeling that this is not meant for us. Some of us have very subjective childhoods. So who is this really for? Oh, it's for him, isn't it? Well, it's time to let him exposition dump.
These walls, these toys, they're so familiar. I remember. I already visited this place in my deepest dreams. I still don't understand. Why'd my grandparents live in this hotel? Full of doors and rain. I no longer know if these memories are real. Mike, but this is my name. That's wrong. This corridor wasn't that long. I am real?
I had quite the childhood, young brother. Entering the swing set, we enter a unique level called Crawl Space. It's definitely a crawl space. Going forward into the darkness, we eventually stumble upon a very, very narrow bridge of planks, all interconnecting. Well, not really all. Some of them have clear gaps. Navigating, we eventually find a section of area that we can walk freely upon instead of being worried about falling off, but it's a bit of a dead end, and that's a bit of a shame. After a bit of looking around, considering everything looks the same, we eventually find, well, more hallways. Then we finally stumble upon something. You hear that? Something is down there. doesn't really... Oh, well, there it is. It appears that there is a gigantic moth just waiting there. There also seems to be something lit up, possibly an exit. We're not going to take our chances, we'll just gun it. That is the smart thing to do, be honest. We finally make it to the warehouse. The warehouse is, a warehouse. Amazon workers, I'm so sorry you have to even see this shit. This is definitely PTSD at this point. Skip past this section. Eventually we find a double set of doors. That is, well, another exit. And this takes us to numbered doors. We see two big hallways, but the right one is, well, more tempting. Going down this hallway, we see a -2 door. This is possibly an exit to a level that is, for once, directly labeled. It's not where we want to go, though. Negative does not sound safe. 18, on the other hand, well, we'd be definitely backtracking, right? That one is ominous. Rounding the corner, we eventually stumble across a door labeled 22. Is that really the only maximum amount? Well, these doors aren't really numbered, despite the fact that the level is saying it's numbered, but oh well. We'd be backtracking if we went down that way anyway, so level 22 it is. Going through the level 22 door, we find ourselves upon an abandoned parking lot. There is a lot of dark entrances in this area. Oh, look. Something crushed this car, and it's a PlayStation 1 car, mind you. Seems like Async also owns a parking garage in this area. Oh, it's way too dark in here. We finally decide to take a look at one of the big dark entrances, but we realize it's way too deep. It's not pitch black for no reason. It's quite literally free fall, and it ain't worth our time. Still, out of curiosity, we check the next exit door. Is it gonna be any different? No. Maybe the gigantic chasm here? No, not even close. We go up the ramp and take our flashlight off because it's finally light. We know better than to check this place out. And oh, look, a limousine. Someone is... Oh, speaking of someone, that is... someone. Is that the Walking Dead model? Yeah, we're not gonna mess with that, but we're gonna go up the ramp again. We're gonna go up the ramp again. And we're gonna go up the ramp again. This really doesn't seem... Is that the Italian SCP Foundation? Okay, yeah, we're gonna add this to the Yakuza counter. What the fuck? It could have literally been just the SCP Foundation, for God's sakes. You would have at least gotten half a damn point, bro. The Italian? Why do you have to specify the Italian one? Oh my god, what are they doing on this level? Why would they even have a base here? Talking to the Async guys brings us, a conversation.
Man, come on, open the door. We come in peace. We just want to talk and maybe make an alliance.
Hey man, you know anyone from SCP? We shared this level with them years ago, and until now we haven't made contact. Hey Chris, we can stop for today. They won't open.
Well, we're gonna press on and go up the ramp. Again. Oh, more giant rocks. Well, at least this one is lit up. The Petrified Garden. This place definitely reeks a health code violation. We might not spend too much time here, but for now, we're gonna weigh our options. Mind the water, though. Going through the little glowy room, we see ourselves a path ahead and a path to our right immediately, and going down it reveals a tunnel. I'd rather not take my chances going deeper into the cave, because at this point, common sense is a priority. Once we're finally outside, we stumble upon a little tree in the distance with a gigantic ball of water. What in the fuck? Did I mention that Dr. Stone is just casually out here? Like, he doesn't really say much, he just tells you what's what. I mean, that big ball of water is scientifically an exit. Doesn't say much on the other hand, but yeah, let's add that to the Yakuza counter. There's probably some more shit that we're glossing over in this level, but for right now, this is way more of a priority. Trying to get on this fucking tree, if we can, we finally make it to the moon? If you've been properly suspending your disbelief for a moment, you are probably just as shocked as a good chunk of players were when they first made it to this area. This is literally the fucking moon. The terrain is flat as shit, though. It's whatever. This is probably going to be rearranged sometime in the future. Count on it. But in the meantime, well, which direction do we go? Do we go towards the sun or the earth? Well, it feels obvious going towards the earth. What is that over there in the distance? Well, bee-hopping our way over there using the power of moon gravity, we stumble upon a light post that says a safe place. We're not going to actually go in there. We'll just talk about what the safe place is real quick. Touching this exit will take you to a small, enigmatic, and anomalous area within the game, which is a shady, tree-lined road with a road sign, 2 exits, and a mailbox. Interacting with the mailbox repeatedly gives you a bunch of mail that was sent from dozens of different individuals who've traversed the area. Seems like a good chunk of them have been ending up in this place so far, but I can actually believe in the safe place remark, since nothing has compromised the mail, and nothing is compromising us. To leave this level, we can take either path, but it will take us towards the location we want to go, or away from the location we want to go. Currently, there are 12 possible exits when taking this, because it is randomized. Level 0.11. It's this water-damaged ass hallway with no entities in it, but it is just kind of odd. It probably reeks of fucking soap and water in there. Level 0.3 takes us further back, straight to the damn icy rooms. This is why we're pretty much stopping here to explain this safe zone sign, because while it is a place that is worth documenting for your little level checklist, the randomized routes that sit on this little section of the back rooms is occasionally unreliable. We don't want to run the risk of accidentally going back, let alone further back. Regardless, if you still want to take this route, we're not going to cover it in this video at all, but you've been warned. So yeah, we're not going to actually explain all the fucking levels here, because then we'll just turn into a fucking Backrooms explained essayist. Like, no, go watch someone else for that. Well, you stand out like a sore fucking thumb. Interacting with the strangely dressed lady, she says something along the lines of this.
Hello. Like you, I'm a traveler. And just like you, I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for my brother. I bet he's on a level that's accessed by this one. I tell you better about it later.
Well, that's as much context as we're gonna get about this person's situation. Turning around, we see some arcades with level numbers clearly listed on them. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. Well, we are not gonna pay any attention to those cabinets because they're levels that we more than likely have surpassed. This one, on the other hand, is unique. Level 26, lit up in a dark room. We don't see much else, but that's about it. Wait a minute, what? Exploring, we see this lady repositioned by the staff-only sign. Quite quickly, too.
How did I get here? I just went the other way. Anyway, the level is accessed through this door, but to go there, you must have gone through 3 specific levels. There should be a list saying what they are.
What list? Opening the door, we decide to take a look around and is that the list? To go to your final test, you must prove yourself worthy. Level exclamation mark, level 94, and level 404. Those are some very specific levels, and the fact that they're directly laying it out definitely means something has been watching us. Though whoever wrote this to begin with is very unclear. We haven't really been to those levels, have we? At this point, we know we're not allowed in there, and we can only go through the cabinet that is lit up. Natural progression. Immediately, we are hit with fucking Parkinson's simulator. This is Forest of Psychosis. And man, this music, this rain and orange daylight, this atmosphere, it's graphically amazing and definitely distracting. My god. Traversing the area while trying to, push against the goddamn psychosis that we're possibly experiencing, we eventually happen upon a little cabin in the distance. Entering it so that way we can get out from under our psychosis, we find a guy sprawled out on the couch to our left. He's wearing a baseball cap when he should have taken it off.
God damn Argos and his stupid justice. What am I saying? Argos? Don't you know who it is? Justice itself? This guy is a god or something. It doesn't matter. I didn't even do much and I got a huge sentence. From today onwards, you will not leave level 26 for the next 26 years. Like every time I try to leave, the chain pulls me back. As if that wasn't enough, Argos was kind enough to put an exit right in front of me, just so I could see dudes leaving. That guy's crazy.
Sure sounds like it. You're sitting by the exit? What does it even look like? Oh, it's a giant hole in the wall. Huh. And now we quickly regret going through said giant hole in the wall. This is the wood rooms. Oh, well, he hasn't seen us. I bet you're not the only one, though, huh? Anyway, you faked it. Okay, you faked me out, you fucker. Okay. As it turns out, there are multiple entities lying in wait for you to stumble upon them in the wood rooms. It's one giant maze in itself, no different from all the other levels. This gigantic yellow entity is called a partygoer. And so far, this is one of the very few entities that not only has some pathfinding, but is clearly capable of flanking you silently if you're not paying attention. Someone clearly died. Yeah, thankfully, other players can join you on this level, and sometimes it can come down to a skill issue if they're not completely paying attention. If you do pay attention, though, this level is a breeze. Rounding the corner of a hallway, you eventually happen upon a text. It tells you to run through the wall. Well, we don't have a choice. We end up in yet another graphically amazing locale called Stormstone Keep.
Clouds sweep past the enigmatic sky, but it never rains.
Until I make a storm.
Looks like someone else has acknowledged us. In the distance, we see a little bonfire and someone possibly sitting in front of it. Oh, this is one big Dark Souls reference.
I am the Blue Knight. There's nobody else in this world but me. Nothing ever changes. there's no way for me to tell how much time passes. I keep trying to understand, but the more I think, the worse the buzzing gets. I have this terrible buzzing in my head, and I feel stressed, or anxious, or scared, or angry. That's when I hear the thunder.
Well, as ridiculous as this is, it's thankfully played out right. We get the feeling that this guy is a little too far gone to be helped. We could accompany him, but there doesn't seem to be much out here. We have to leave, but before we do, he does find us again.
There isn't much space, but you are very, very welcome to move in if you'd like. Just know there isn't any food or drink here since I do not need it to survive, but it's okay if you want to leave.
Yeah, well, thanks for confirming my suspicions. We gotta leave you, bro. Can't sustain ourselves here. This shit does not end, does it? Sunrise and set. Our flashlight barely even works on this level. However, we can shine a light on the walls of this house and barely get a glimpse of what we're looking at inside the interiors. When we enter one of the houses, on the other hand, we slowly begin to notice our health bar draining. It seems like if we're going to enter a house, we have to choose the right house. But what is the difference between each house? They all look the same, and they're all probably the same. To do this, we'll probably have to quickly investigate each house. Or just randomly pick one and hope for the best, especially considering the fact that there is 2 floors to check out. We decided to check out this one. There's nothing up here by the looks of it. Thankfully, we didn't lose too much health, but we decided to check out another one almost immediately. Oh, look at that. Red slide. It's here we enter another level, Aquatic Cycles. At this point, the more times I say graphically amazing, the more times I'm going to sound like a broken record. Not the first on this channel. Oh, padlock. Since the only thing we can do at this point is go up the stairwell, we decide to take it. Just like the slide at the very top, it takes a while to get up there. But when we do, we come face to face with a Japanese high school girl by the looks of it, and a key.
Oh, hello, traveler. I found that key, but honestly, I don't have the courage to open that door. You know how it is, right? You can take this. When I have the courage, I'll go after it.
For someone who lacks courage, you sure do smile a lot. You know that? You smile a lot. We look down and decide it's quite a fall. Better to slide down, right? Quite a trip. We unlock the door and enter another section of the level. Eventus. And another padlocked door. Ow. Well, as we said, that's enough graphic talks. When we decide to go through one of the tunnels, we eventually happen upon a table and a chair. And lying on top of that table is a key. You already know where that key goes, having seen the door with the padlock. Once we open it, we see a darker tunnel. Going through the end of it, we happen upon an even darker room called Terminus. This one is very ominous, to say the least. We also find ourselves a note.
Hydrolytis plague, commonly referred to as just hydrolytis, is a microscopic entity present on level 30 that originated in the Quayor area. It is mostly found there spread anywhere with untreated and stagnant bodies of water. It is defined as a bacterium, generally transmitted by contact with the toxic water present on the station. The general initial symptoms are fever, weakness, and delirium. Later on, it mainly targets the blood cells and tissue.
Oh, is it meant to cut off there? I guess it's meant to cut off there. Okay, well this guy probably died. We barely touched the water, right? Well, our health bar isn't draining, so maybe we touch clean water. Going through that exit door, we find ourselves at the roller rink. I think this one speaks for itself. After wandering around in one big circle, we eventually happen upon a little lobby area where these faceless guys from before are all sitting in their own tables. We're not going to pay too much attention to these guys at this point. They don't seem to really care about us, let alone even try to harm us, but whatever. We decide to finally take the exit door and take ourselves to the next level.
Tell me, can you hear what the men on the trees are singing?
Okay, you gotta be honest. Hearing this voice for too long is gonna drive you nuts. I had to keep quiet at some point in the video, man. Like, come on, let's just be real. I had to. Well, here we are. This is literally an airport, and it's the most normal level that we're gonna ever see. It's not pitch dark. It doesn't really seem that liminal. And going up the escalator, we see two async employees chatting it up.
Yeah, maybe you're... Oh, what's up, traveler? We're doing an expedition to level 37. Come join us at Gate B if you want, man.
As I was saying, I don't think there's a level with a beach full of coconut water.
These guys are so fucking normal. I love it. Don't let this shit ever affect you, bro. My god. Anyways, we see a woman over here, and that's Nobara. Okay, taking a look at the other woman that we can see across, we can also see that it's not a normal woman, whatever. That is literally the bitch from Silent Hill 3. We also see a little stairwell that we can use to get an overhead view of the airport. We also see a guy in a blue suit. Oh, he's well dressed for the occasion. We're gonna go meet up with him. We can assume that this guy is waiting for some plane to arrive at his gate, but, Come the fuck up! Now, if you don't have short-term memory loss, you can recall that the two guys down below were waiting for a plane to arrive at Gate B, which eventually does. We decide to head back downstairs and take a good long look at this plane, because my god, this needs to be updated in the future. Well, update. Like, look at this shit. This plane model is ripped from GTA. If it's gonna stay like that, then I guess that's going to the Yakuza counter, but okay. Somehow, the plane takes us to level 37, the pool rooms. Oh yeah, this one's just as iconic. There's definitely a lot to possibly explore on this level, but for right now, we're just gonna instantly go up the spiral staircase and head towards, well, whatever location that we can possibly find. Going up here, we're hit with windows that are glowing. We literally cannot see what's outside. Maybe it is just, well, the outside, but we don't know. It's the damn pool rooms, it's the back rooms, it means a lot of goddamn things. It's here we see a little pathway, well, two pathways. Following one of the paths, we realize that it leads to the same destination, which is a little pool that, is totally not ominous in itself. Fuck it, it's not like we're going anywhere else, so we're going down that shit. This is Dissolution. Ripped out of a vaporwave fever dream, we can see that the whole floor, as well as the walls and this entire structure that seems to stretch millions of miles down below and above, with a foggy sun emanating its light. This is yet another graphically impressive place. If you've been playing this game on mobile so far, you probably aren't really seeing how amazing these worlds can get. You really should be playing on a higher end device. And as we look below, we can also pretty much confirm that this place stretches quite a bit down. But we do see a little bit of a staircase, perhaps? We don't really know, but we're gonna keep going up. This area is more purple than pink, but hey, it's whatever. Nothing else is jumping out at us. Nothing else has jumped out at us. Oh, well, how about this for a jump scare? Fucking balls. These balls do have anomalous properties, because some clearly are heavier than others, but yet all of them float on the water. Eventually, at some point, we come across the top of the building that we are in. We find a red exit door surrounded in water. Do we go in it? Or do we check what is at the bottom? Well, we make up our mind and decide to go in it. No. Because if you're going through this for the first time, this area is inaccessible. I'm sorry to break the immersion here, but you are originally not meant to go in here. Do you want to know what you have to do in order to unlock this exit? This is gonna piss some of you off, but trust me, this really, this really makes the game for us. You have to be Fisher level 10. That's right. You have to be at a proficient level with fishing in a Backrooms game. Do you want to know how to get to Fisher level 10? Well, guess what? You have to find this Fisher chick not on level 7, not on level 7.5, although we're getting a little bit ahead over here. No, you have to find her on a long-ass beach. And only then do you get to discover what her true motivation for fishing like a goddamn asshole in level 7 is.
You never know what the sea hides, but I'll find out as soon as I discover all the species of fish that exist. And you can help me with that. Take this.
Well, guess what? You're a fisherman now. You have to keep fishing and fishing and fishing until you get to Fisher level 10. This is the most ridiculous thing in this game, and look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It really needs to stay. Just stay. Keep it in there. Keep it in there. Once we head down to near ground zero, we find a bigger version of the balls that we saw further up. We also spot ourselves a little village and a bunch of shower heads, as well as a dedicated shower area. It doesn't seem like anybody's home though, but we do notice that the material of the houses are actually not of the same material of this level. This must have been constructed quite recently, and the doors are locked as well, so whoever these people are, they're out for the day. Eventually, we spot ourselves a long walkway that goes to a dedicated pool, which is quite funny, because there's a bunch of water around you and you need a miniature pool, but hey, whatever. We decide to take a dive. This is level 791, the sea platforms. This level is actually quite extensive, and for people that are trying to, do that level 10 fishing thing, it's got its own ecosystem here, so we're not going to get into too much detail about this level, same as we did with the pool rooms. However, you can look up information about it in both the actual wiki, the game wiki, and, well, videos that people made on the level. We're not going to do that, but just so you know, this level is massive. It takes a bit getting out of this level though, so we have to find a little hole in the ground, because intuition says that this shit is going to reach out forever. Yep, there it is. There's a hole. It's here we see one of many familiar red fire exit doors. Taking this fire exit leads us to level 37.835. The Sublimity Cave. The material of this building, or whatever it is made of the same pool tile infrastructure that both the Dissolution area had and the pool rooms had. It's also got a completely different atmosphere as a result. We also notice that there's a big pit ahead, and seeing that there's nowhere else to go, we go down. At the end of the hallway is two pathways. One on the right and one on the left. We're gonna make a decision and go left. Seems like we have the same result, but we'll stick to left. At the end of the hallway, we see a door that is not actually an exit, but it is titled the main chamber. Going through this door, we enter... Oh, this is definitely the main chamber. This place has big circular windows and is clearly multi-floored. Oh man, this is pretty big. When we take a look to the left, on the other hand, we see that there is multiple glowing exits, as well as possible dead ends. Seems like the floor we took, on the other hand, leads us directly to an exit and not a dead end. Anything could have been better than this. This is the Black Lake. Moving up ahead, we see what looks like a completely ransacked shack. I don't know why I even said it like that. We try to take a quick look in, but we realize that that's not for the best. Also seems like there's a patch of dirt there. That's probably the worst burial I've ever seen. This is probably tar that we're walking on, but it is very wavy. Kind of like the water in Death Stranding, almost. We're not going to take a risk of, well, trying to see if it is tar or regular water, and we're just going to follow this little parkour section here. Yep, we got obbies in the back rooms, baby. But as long as we're careful, we should be safe, and we should be fine. Oh, we're taking damage! Holy shit, we're taking damage! Yeah, this is not just tar. This is some malicious-ass liquid. We definitely cannot take any risks putting our toes in this thing. No, not a chance. Oh, great, now I got 69 health. Venturing across yet another sunken bridge that does not hurt us, surprisingly, we eventually make it to this little aisle with a giant boat. This thing is quite old, but at the same time we get the impression that, once again, we weren't the only ones that ended up here. Taking yet another bridge, in the distance we see, well, on high graphics, just barely, a little cabin over the hill. Seeing as there's no other possible exit, we might as well take our chances with this place. As long as it doesn't send us straight to hell, though, huh? This is the Surreal Continuum. It's yet another liminal apartment area of sorts, but nothing else has jumped out at us, so it might actually be a safe zone. It's also a maze in itself. God, this does not get old. Exploring this little apartment maze, we stumble upon an exit door, but it's not completely an exit. In fact, it's a staircase. We have stairs going up and down, but for right now, we're gonna head straight up. Wow, this level kind of reminds me of another iconic level, yet at the same time, it's not exactly the same thing. Well, let's go back. We don't really see anything else, but oh, you know what? Look at this. Look at this. This is, you gotta admit, this shit's mesmerizing. Like, this is fucking album cover material right now, bro. Like, goddamn. Heading all the way back down, we finally stumble upon the exit. And here, we get to see a unique feature that you don't really see in a lot of Roblox games in general, mainly because the standards of background interiors are, like, pretty high. You either gloss up the windows, or you actually make the interior inside. However, parallax interiors is, well, still unusual. And as we head to the snack rooms, which is literally a Yakuza point in itself, we get to see more of this in a wide area view. It does look a little bad, but we're gonna give it a slide, because do you know many Roblox games that do this? Do you? Fuck it, we're gonna head inside the snack rooms for a little bit, but this is not where we want to completely go. It's here we immediately see a woman with a broom, sweeping the same spot over and over again. We talk to her.
I still can't believe Caleb convinced me to sweep the whole place. Who does he think he is? Just because he's handsome, smells good, and cares about people, he thinks he can ask me to do this? Yeah, maybe he really can.
What a fucking wacko! You also realize pretty quickly that most of the NPCs that sit in this area, well, they have their own reasons for being here, but all of them direct your attention towards a guy named Caleb, who seems to be a very charismatic individual. We're gonna press X to doubt on that, mainly because we only know 3 charismatic individuals in our life. Big Boss, Ryan Gosling. I don't know who the third guy is. You guys are gonna have to fill that in for me. Alright, so this has got to be Caleb. Let's talk to him.
Tough day, brother? Well, not anymore. Welcome to the snack rooms. Here you can relax and eat in peace.
Thanks. What's your name?
Interested in knowing a little more about me, huh? My name's Caleb. Nice to meet you. I was a soldier in MEG. Retired early to take care of this place. I think I made the right choice, don't you think?
Yeah. People here seem to like you.
What can I say? Sometimes you just need someone to listen to you. I don't do anything too much, really. I care about everyone living here as much as they care about me. The same goes for you, traveler. Enjoy your time in the snack rooms. You deserve it.
I can see why everybody likes this guy, because to be honest, when you're just running for your life half the goddamn time, if not being completely lost, finding someone who still has it together and is able to put together this entire fucking place like it's nothing, well, that's a feat in itself. Even if you don't think this guy is much beyond the fact that he just gives you lore about himself, well, to most people, that doesn't really matter. This is a bit of a realistic moment. Anybody could be in this place, honestly. It just happened to be Caleb, and he happened to be a guy who, again, has it all together. Good for him. Oh, look, we got ourselves another point to the fucking Yakuza counter. This time this dude isn't even trying to fit in this universe. Oh my god. We're not gonna talk to this person because they do give you a post-game adventure, but because of the giant-ass sword, it's, yeah, we're adding that to the Yakuza counter. Actually trying to leave the previous level on the other hand, well, we have to first find a blue radiating door, because if you take the snack rooms route, if you take the wrong exit door, you could end up all the way back into the fucking warehouse. We're not gonna go that far. So here we are in the water world. This place does look both, familiar to the futuristic halls area and, well, I don't know what else, but it's definitely its own thing. This button would normally unlock this doorway here that we're walking through. I'm gonna let the atmosphere do the talking. No! Oh. Going down this corridor, we see two possible exits. Except the second route here is not really an exit. This is actually a shortcut that you can take from level 1 that needs to be unlocked. This is a place that you don't really need to go, and we're not going to really cover it in this video. However, we're going to mention it now because, trust me, this is one of many possible fast travel locations that you need to consider. The safe zone is unreliable, but at least that is a possible fast travel route. And so is this. This is not where we want to go, though. We want to take the elevator, mainly because that is the only exit that we can take. This is the corroding halls. Although, to be honest with you, it doesn't look that bad. We didn't get gameplay footage of this, but we're gonna still show it on screen here. There is supposed to be a Shuba duck just running around. We're gonna add that to the Yakuza counter. It's supposed to be in this gameplay. Maybe we just don't know where it is anymore, but yeah. Taking this black door will lead us to another exit. And, floating buildings, floating objects. Do we float?
I feel like I'm under the ocean. Or walking on the air. So, floating above the void is like this. It ends up being strange to me that even in places like this, it's possible to find comfort.
Comfort doesn't really last that long, as we are in a desert. Okay, so this is not a good situation to be in. It's common world knowledge at this point that the sun in the desert is definitely more dangerous than the sun on the fucking beach. You think a sunburn is bad? Try fucking heat exhaustion in a goddamn place where it's 2 times as scorching and less chances for fucking civilization. There doesn't even seem to be any land anywhere, but we do realize that the shade is our friend. This is a bit of a tricky situation because if you just decide to run out straight ahead in any of your playthroughs, there's a good chance you'll die before you even reach an exit. We're gonna skip past this section, but you probably will understand how this shit gets.
Yes?
Where are you? You're off our radar.
Have you ever seen those empty houses?
That's a somewhat common description. Don't turn off the radio, just keep me informed.
Is it normal for pools to be on the ceiling at some levels?
No, I don't think we have that in the database. Is everything alright?
Isn't this place strange?
Well, I can't see what you're seeing.
Did I mention it has white walls and looks like an empty house?
Yeah, but...
Has this hallway always been here?
Is the level changing?
That's what I meant, yeah?
Like...
Yes?
Why does everything you're saying sound like a question?
What if I told you I have no idea?
Interesting.
Did you know that I can't document the structure because it keeps changing non-stop?
Mike, can you say that as a statement rather than a question?
Isn't that what I'm doing?
Be aware of your surroundings.
What if the exit is at the beginning?
Did you find something new?
Door's open, right?
Okay, I think that's enough information. Let me know when you find a way out.
And here we are. This is the crazy, whack-ass Fisher girl that I was talking about earlier in the damn video. And yes, we could have just as easily waited until now to talk about this woman, but more than likely you encountered this big-ass text in front of the damn door before you even realized you would eventually turn up here for the fishing rod naturally. I mean, hey, we take a look at Ross Scott's Deus Ex video about shit like this, okay? This was gonna come up. Taking the lone red exit door at the very end of the beach, we end up in World War I. Yep, this is a trench. Taking the exit out of this fucking hellhole, we stumble upon a desert bus reference. This technically is a real level, but let's be real, in both the wiki and in this game, it's one giant desert bus reference, and the only difference is we don't have a fucking bus. And that's the end of our route, by the way. Oh, you thought the game was over. You remember in the beginning we were talking about branching paths? Yeah, this is where we finally bring it in. Level 0 in itself has multiple branching paths, some of which lead to the same locations that we've shown in this video, but they also can lead to unique locations. But it doesn't end there, because even the levels you can get to from 0 also have branching paths by themselves. If we covered every possible route we can take in this fucking video, it's gonna be a literal pyrocynical essay video, man. We are not going to bombard you with 7 hours of fucking gameplay. I don't know what Darkwood is about, man, but there is no fucking way in hell that you need 7 hours to cover a game like this. And I'm not gonna give this game any of that, okay? This is a long video, but we're not doing 7 hours, man. We'll be here forever. Instead, we'll just go back to level 0. You remember that async wall where we met Mr. Max Payne over there? We're gonna follow a different route than what we took. Going out a different entrance, we spot a long measuring tape that is, once again, very familiar to the Kane Pixel series, and another path. The measuring tape, it's probably more safe. Async knows what they're doing. Of course, if you've been sticking with the series thus far, the Kane Pixel series, we're not going to fall down. We already know what happens in there. This door, on the other hand, takes us to the habitable zone. We have ourselves a big doorway on the right, a small doorway on the right, and, well, a large parking garage area that we're going to explore a bit. We're not going to go down that doorway because, well, God knows what is waiting. Well, it's not being very subtle, is it? Glitchy static effects on a fucking tiny-ass window. But we decided that this has to be one continuous path, and this is probably the next destination, right? So we go into the window. Oh, well, we are far from subtle now. This is inverted, and the level name, it speaks for itself. The color shading is absolutely fucked up. Looking around, we find ourselves a padlocked door and a key on a bed. Taking it, we decide to head all the way back to said padlocked door to open it and get the okay. This is not subtle. We are not off to a, we're just throwing everything, huh? Fucking Mari? Seriously? No. You're even taller than that. You're literally just Sadako, bro. Why do you even look like that? What the fuck is your hands back? Oh, the electrical station. Well, this is quite a jump from a black and white hellhole.
The dog is here! The dog is...
Past the hallway, we eventually stumble across another padlocked door. These padlocks are so huge, dude. Like, do you really need it to be that big? Well, I guess if the doorknob is that big, too, it's just, okay. Maybe I have a depth perception issue, huh? Maybe I don't understand this world. Those are the Yume Nikki characters. Okay, looking at the table, we find ourselves a key. We pick it up, fully knowing that is for the padlocked door. Done and dusted. All that's left is backtracking past the moonwalking dog and, well, unlocking said padlocked door. Unlocking the door, we find ourselves upon a wrecked car. This thing is absolutely totaled. There's no way this thing is gonna work, but you know what? We'll just hop in it. It's a relic from an old time. That worked? No fucking way that worked. Okay, what in the ever-living fuck? We're playing a goddamn mobile game, but at the very least we can control a damn car with the WASD keys this time around. So it's much more precise, but what the fuck are those things in the road? Oh my god! There's so much of this shit. It's kind of, I don't know why I'm exaggerating this shit. It's kind of easy. Eventually, after we get past the tunnel, we drive down a seemingly infinite highway with an overpass that slowly comes into view. And a fucking ramp? Are you kidding me? What the fuck?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Have we added a point to the Yakuza counter yet? Yeah, let's add that in. Why the fuck are we playing a shooter, man? Eventually, after much success of blasting these guys, we get the engine working again, and we take off into the freeway. Fuck that place. We arrive at level 10. This place is, well, definitely mesmerizing to stare at, that's for damn sure. It's also quite spacious too. Moving over to the barn, we decide to take a good look at it, but it appears that the place is inaccessible. It's really just there for show. I guess the character we're playing as doesn't really care too much about farming, let alone barning. Moving back to where we spawned from, we decide to run over to this abandoned looking area. This place is full of holes, almost as if a tornado ripped through here. We see a guy going at it with a fucking punching bag. Fucking shonen-ass protagonist over here. Look at that goddamn mullet. And he's still going at it. Yeah, let's add that to the counter. Veering off the path, mainly because we see a large area that is out of place, we decide to, well, go to said out of place. The front door is slid just about enough to, well, showcase the fact that it's possibly an exit. And it's bright as hell. You know what they say about going to the light? Well, we're going to the light. This is a very interesting place. Oh, look, a sword. That did something. Taking a look around, we realize we're in, I don't really know the name of this, but yeah, it's one of those places. And look, some people have actually been living here before us. Oh, that did something. It seems like specific objects inside this building have a hidden button function. This probably opens something up, but we're not entirely sure just yet. We don't see a legible exit, but we'll press the buttons on these things all the same and... excuse me? Eventually we find ourselves to the outside area of this specific interior. We find a little wallpaper thing that we can select to, well, open something up. Heading over to this area, we see a little gong thing that, well, also glows. We press that, and at this point, something has most likely opened because we haven't seen anything else so far with this glowing indicator. We eventually stumble upon the exit and get the fuck out of here. Oh my god, the fucking backtrack rooms. Who loves this shit, honestly? I do. Under the assumption that we want to be a maniac, we eventually find our way back to the suburbs. Yep, we are finally back at the most standard American neighborhood at night with the most standard neighborhood watch to go with it. I spy with my little eye, a big-ass spider with an eyeball. Why are we back here again, especially if we followed the same route that we did earlier? Well, that's because, like I said before, the levels that you can go to starting from level 0 are not completely linear. This level that we're on actually has multiple exit points. One of them is more subtle, but we're just going to point it out now. This field of wheat takes you back to, well, the field of wheat. We're not going to go into the field of wheat in order to go to the field of wheat. No, we want to check out more places. Investigating the neighborhood, we finally find our culprit. This is another branching point. Yep, ominous red light, and we're gonna touch it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna touch it. Oh yeah. This level fucking hates us. Upon spawning in what is called the Crimson Field, we immediately start experiencing health loss. This thing is completely fucked up, and we don't know exactly what's causing the health loss either. Maybe there's like tiny garden rats biting at us to the point that we're slowly bleeding the fuck out, but we're not gonna theorize about that. We're gonna head straight to this little cabin here immediately.
My name is Kyoto. It's a little strange, but it's the name of my hometown. I don't remember my name, so call me that. Don't ask what I'm doing here. The Crimson Field was a very dangerous level. They sent me to do a light cleaning. I think it's already considered a habitable level. We're still in Crimson Field, but from the moment you walk out that door, you'll end up on a different level. Nobody has found a way out of it yet, so I don't feel like going there. I've been trying to clip through the walls for a few hours to get to a random level. I'm on break right now. I don't think you'll be as lucky as me if you end up on a dangerous level, so I'll see you around.
So Kyoto has just been soloing everyone in a field of wheat. Yep, so we're gonna add that to the Yakuza counter. It was off screen, but that's just fucking insane. This is still the Crimson Field, and immediately we get to see how expansive this area is, and we're hit with the most mesmerizing music ever. One of the first things that we see is, of course, this big-ass watchtower. It's very tempting to just head up there right out the gate, so let's just give in to temptation. I'm sure there's nothing actually malicious with the soundtrack whooshing over our ears. We've seen this watchtower before. It's totally not a free model, I swear. Ah, so there's a person here this time. This guy is enjoying the view of this singular window. I think you'd enjoy the view better if you were standing out on the balcony, but regardless, let's talk to this guy. Man, what a cool landscape, right? Nah, relax. You're not invading since this isn't my house. I mean, for now it is. I'm kind of taking care of this house until the owner comes back. I don't even know what the owner's like, and he has no idea that I'm taking care of this, but one hand washes the other, right? This guy's got a fucking cool dude shirt on. This is the equivalent of going to school with a Black Ops t-shirt and light up Skechers. I'm sorry, bro. You're not that cool. But hey, he's doing something nice, so I guess technically he is a cool dude. If we decide to put our hiking boots on, we can go towards this giant rock cliff that we saw entering and explore the top of it. We are rewarded with another person to interact with, and this guy is pretty old. There also seems to be a flag planted at the top. I'm getting too old for this kind of thing. My son was the first person to climb this mountain. He was the one who planted that flag. He was your age, young man. We came here every afternoon. He said the view of this mountain motivated him. I miss my son, you know. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, young man. Every late afternoon I come to light a fire for him. So I will warm his memories. Yeah, we could have had our voice actor do this, but it's been a while since the last shitty joke. We don't exactly know how this guy's son died, but given his age, it's definitely been a while. And that confirms a little bit of our suspicions. There's definitely been many people who've come and went through these lands. We've seen it with the houses on Dissolution, the crashed ship, and of course the submarines at the bottom of Thalassophobia. Is this guy a part of those programs 20 years prior? Well, we're never gonna find that out. Heading back down the mountain exploring a bit, we can see a woman in a lone red exit door. but it doesn't open. Some exit doors do have this property, but not this one. It's almost as if it was planted. What does this woman have to say about it?
Just so you know, it's not a real exit. It always makes people scared when they see it. We created this in the hope of opening and closing it so many times that it would become a real exit. As you can see, it didn't work out very well.
Alright, so this bitch is just fucking crazy. We did miss someone back at the cabin though. Going back, we can find this woman next to a telescope. This chick studies the stars in the back rooms.
Astronomy is pretty cool sometimes. Like, did you know that the moon is moving away from the Earth at a rate of approximately 3.8 centimeters per year? This means that future generations will see the moon smaller in the sky than we see it today. It's cool, right? Yeah, my knowledge is useless in the back rooms, but I'm still not frustrated.
Well, you're definitely more educated than most, I'll give you that. There's plenty more to do, like fish, obviously, but eventually a little cabin with a woman with a ski mask catches our eye. Of all clothing styles to choose, she goes for the one that resembles a tactical look. This person means business, but at least they're not attacking us. We can, in fact, interact with them.
Hey, do you have a minute? I think I know you.
And just like that, that's the end of a route already. Oh my god, there is a lot to take in. We found an ending that, well, is actually open-ended. Whatever happens here is honestly up to interpretation based on what we currently know. But man, that felt a little too soon, didn't it? It was still ridiculous as fuck getting here, though. I mean, my god. Can we just talk about the fact that earlier we were blasting these giant-ass motherfuckers with a goddamn shotgun? Like, hello? And after all that, we find out that the most dangerous level is not actually that dangerous because some fucking anime woman with a sword cleared it all. We didn't get to see a special cutscene either. But hey, at least we have that damn fishing rod, right? If you decided to be a maniac who was bored out of their goddamn minds on this exact route that we've been taking thus far, you decided at any of the allowed levels to, well, fish and fill out your fish decks in order to get to level 10. Fisher level 10, sorry. Now we have finally unlocked access to that exit door at the end of this illusion. What are we gonna find on the other side? Oh, God only knows. We are here at the Blue Horizon. We're greeted by a little pool and, of course, some Virgil chairs. We are attracted by the interior that we can't see on the other hand, and we immediately venture forth. Turning to our left, we see that Fisher girl and a clear view of the blue sky.
Traveler, I see you've earned the right to be here. I'm proud of you.
Listen, man, you put Mike through absolute hell in order to get here. We both gotta know what your name is at this point.
The one that will cross all seas of Backrooms. Narissa. That's my name.
All of them?
Yeah, and none of them scare me.
Not even the ocean of the final frontier?
Uh-oh.
Have you happened to hear of level 1000?
Level 1000. The wind there must blow so strong. I've heard that. We know it as a colossal ocean. It's where the greatest beasts, the best food, and the greatest feeling of freedom can be found. And maybe that's where my father is.
Wait, you of all people have a dad? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he was very strong. He wasn't afraid of terrible waves and storms. Our destination? The Bermuda Triangle. It took years of preparation, but when we went fishing there, a big whirlpool appeared. And then we ended up here.
And what, you just started fishing here?
Giant fish, seas bigger than Earth itself. Why wouldn't I fish? Go with the wind, my friend. May your journey be light and your catch plentiful.
Well, at least we know that this woman isn't entirely one-dimensional. We get the impression that this woman's badassery is only because it's an imitation of her father. The Bermuda Triangle. If you guys do not know what that is, it's basically a giant death pit for ships and airplanes alike. The fact that they wanted to go fishing there of all places is crazy. Living life like her last, it's definitely a brave thing to do, especially in the back rooms. I would hope she just doesn't get herself killed for nothing. Stumbling our way out of the little pool maze, we eventually discover a staircase. We follow it. There's a little ladder leading up to another floor. We see more of the same building, but at least we see an exit door. We take it. This door does not really push us out of the level, but we at least get to see more of these familiar circular windows. And oh man, this place is even bigger than we thought. This is still interconnected to Dissolution. We also see 3 little houses, but we can tell from a glance that they're empty. There's nothing there. Going down this little hallway, we eventually stumble upon a big pool with a dark chasm at the end. Yeah, I'm not gonna go swimming in any more dark chasms, thank you very much. We see a series of pools. They're also glassed off, so these might be private areas, but it doesn't really make sense. I mean, there's water all around you, man. At the very end of the series of private pools, we eventually see a dedicated one again, but this time there's a little indicator that suggests there is something more to it. The water is also quite shallow, so it's not really a pool. And for once, we get a cutscene.
Mike. Why are you still here?
I don't know.
Is this Fun?
Yeah. It calms me down a bit, I guess.
Some things you do I really don't understand. You've been sitting in an uncomfortable position for hours waiting for a fish. How could this calm you?
Well, not everything needs a reason. Sometimes you just need to have a little patience and enjoy the little things. So you don't have regrets down the road.
Are you talking about that person?
Yeah. I think they shaped me. I know it sounds like I'm looking for reasons to remember, but anyway, I've been trying to enjoy life for a while now. So, enjoying the silence, the water on my feet, the sea breeze, and that kind of thing makes me feel calmer.
Do you want me to be silent so you can enjoy the silence?
Well, I also enjoy your company. So let's talk.
This makes me happy.
What's your favorite food?
Rice.
Rice?
What's your favorite weapon?
I wasn't expecting that question.
It's a mundane topic.
I don't... well... shotguns are fine, I guess. Oh, wait. I think I caught a fish.
Finally.
Okay, so what the fuck is going on? So we have a woman with a anomalous mask, presumably. She's got fucking kanji emanating from her goddamn head. This is probably an anomaly, and she just suddenly sits down next to her character, who we finally get to see for one of the first times. We now know what Mike looks like, and on top of that, we have zero context about the relationship between these two. It just suddenly shows up out of nowhere, but that's not really our fault. You see, the reason why we took this out of context route was, well, not to just hammer home the fact that it's another Yakuza moment. I mean, my god, this guy decides to go fishing with a fucking anomaly. Let's add that to the damn counter. It's not just that. Following the chronological order of this game's endings is genuinely difficult because of how much of a maze it is. There are players out there that followed the route that we did without even watching this video, and they decided, fuck it, I'm gonna fish 10 levels, then go back to Dissolution, and then see what the hell is on the other side of this door, and they see this shit. Yeah, this is the part where we tell you, you have to play the game for yourself. And I think after these 3 routes that we've shown you, you already know that it's bound to get crazier. I mean, holy shit, we've had multiple genre hops already. We had Animal Crossing. We had Left 4 Dead. We got a fucking redneck activity. And on top of that, there are dozens of cameo characters from official franchises. We've got Asian Mary Sue's up in this bitch. And playing it out of context just really adds to the weirdness factor to it. Because yeah, even if you do play this wrong, which you definitely will, many people have played this game wrong, it just adds to the goddamn weirdness factor times 100. But this is literally just the surface. So this is the part where I tell you, stop watching the video if you have not played the game already, and go play this game. I want you to aim for at least 100 documented levels. Not just because you get a title for it, but also because you get to really see the ridiculousness that this game pulls on you. It pulls the rug under you so many fucking times, you're really gonna think that this game was made just for a fucking joke. But before we settle into an intermission, because my god, this video is so goddamn long already, you're probably wondering what the hell is this bonus room section. If you're also wondering when that furniture bit from the other level was gonna come up, well, here it is. The bonus room is basically one giant vaporwave mall, and it's filled to the brim of fourth wall breaks relating to the live service part of the goddamn game. But honestly, it could have been worse. In fact, it's not even bad at all. They actually went through the effort of decorating this place, so that way it's aesthetically pleasing. If only more front page games could do this shit. My god. You can also find the art gallery in this place, and it's full of fan art. There's not much else to say about it. You can take a long look at this if you want to. Now here's the guy we needed to talk to. This dude sells furniture. Hey friend, do you want some decorations for your apartment? Well, you've come to the right place. Stock changes every hour. Be quick and grab what you want. Yeah, we can see the timer. You might also notice behind the chat there that there is cash. You can use cash to buy pets from the lottery in this thing, but chances are you probably won't do that, and I don't blame you. But unfortunately, all you can spend cash on otherwise is furniture. You see why I referenced Fight Club in the original video? Hey Mike, I know you're going through a lot lately, but guess what? Using your totally hard-earned cash, I want you to choose the furniture that best defines you. I assure you that this is not a Fight Club reference, and this is not something a character experiences in that movie. You might also be wondering what this event area is. Well, this is the doors section of the game. You don't believe me? Look. Okay, we're gonna add that to the Yakuza counter. Going back down, we eventually find a long subway train. It has many areas labeled for their destination points, from level 0 all the way to an unnamed location in the Backrooms. A lot of the named areas in the middle are actually Game Pass areas, but at the same time, they're not Game Pass areas. These locations are unlockable, but they are here early in the bonus room because if you just don't want to go through that effort, which is completely understandable, you can buy the Game Pass, then go to the bonus room, and then go to an area of your choosing via these train cars. Also, Tom's Diner. You've seen this in the Backrooms wiki before, I'm sure. And this thing is still ridiculous as it was before. And fucking McDonald's at Tom's Diner. Yeah, we're adding that to the Yakuza counter. You might also spot a depressed e-boy that is just sitting out here. Yeah, if you talk to him, he says this: "I was wondering when you'd show up," and he gives you daily quests. You can also see where the Death Stranding reference in the original video comes up. I mean, deliver mail to the SCP in level 22. Yeah, this game is already a fucking walking sim if you made it this far. Yeah. We also got a camera. Some quests allow you to take pictures of people. I'm gonna take 3 pictures of this guy because he reminds me of someone I know. And yeah, we can just take either of the train cars, Game Pass or not. Before I begin the intermission section, we do have to talk about one thing. You guys remember when we're at the habitable zone? So, the hub, which you've seen in the train on the bonus room, is actually accessible consistently and quickly through the habitable zone. All you gotta do is go through that small doorway we deliberately skipped over, dodge this motherfucker, and go through the proper gates without getting zapped, until we eventually reach the hub. It extends to levels 1 to 20, but if you're having a keen eye out, you're gonna see a very suspicious door that shouldn't belong there at all. Taking this door takes us to the elusive level 94, Motion. Motion is just as iconic as both the pool rooms and level 0. It's one of the very few liminal spaces in the Backrooms genre that actually is more true to our hearts than others. I think all of us can agree that we've seen something like this before. Don't know where, but it's very familiar. Being the absolute geniuses we are, we hop in the back of this white van. It takes off, and there's also no driver. This van drives a while until it reaches a small town with very clean music playing. Okay, I don't like the fact that it's suddenly nighttime. Okay, you know what? I'm hopping out of this van, bro. This is not it. This is not it. This is not it. This is not it. This is not... Okay, you weren't actually supposed to see that because this only opens when you beat the end. And no, I'm not talking about the end from Minecraft. I'm talking about this end. I'm sure you've seen this image before. If you haven't, well, you have now. Also, you're probably now noticing that the quality of the video has slightly increased. Yeah, what happened was this video failed to export for some reason on BCP's end. So what she had to do was screen record it. Yeah, we're really sorry that this had happened at all, but hopefully it wasn't too much of a hassle to put up with. And hey, if you didn't, well, guess what? At least you're getting it now, and there's still a shit ton of video left.
Intermission time.
Okay, intermission time. We're going to be reading the Better Discovery reviews for Backrooms Redacted. If you've never played Better Discovery to not only find better games, but to also read reviews and write reviews without, I don't know, like a bunch of 8-year-olds in a YouTube comment section flaming you for it, this is the game. This is the game where you want to go, but at the same time, it's not perfect. We're already being met with some interesting reviews. This is understandable. I know it's a joke review, but it says a lot. This says a lot. The game was never inherently meant from the beginning to be a serious Backrooms game to a complete extent. Yeah. This one, I want to point out, because a lot of people are helpful voting this one. We understand why you're disgusted, because they've had a sordid history. It's almost impossible to not think about those character models whenever you see these faces. It's almost impossible. We get it. If you have PTSD from this, that is perfectly fine. We're not going to argue with you on that. It's a little funny, but at the same time, if you've been around the platform and you cannot help yourself, that's fine, because this used to be an issue for a while now. It's an art style issue, but if you are willing to look past that fact, this is also not really that big of a deal. It really is not. Seriously. This review, on the other hand, by Likeable Emic. This one's a little bit honest, at least. This review was from August of 2024. I really don't want to bother playing this game again, since I don't care enough to write another review of this game. Maybe they fixed everything. I don't know. Don't care. Wow, this game is bad. The UI is bad. The tools are bad. The building is bad. Pretty much everything about this game I do not enjoy. So there's, no mention about the story. I don't know why he thinks the tools are bad. The building, on the other hand, that is, if you're talking about level 11, you should probably mention that, because there are definitely levels where, there's definitely levels where the building is just so basic, or they're clearly porting buildings from, other games and other shit like Sketchfab, but Like, you have to specify, because it's like it's only delegated to those levels, really. Pretty much everything about this game I do not enjoy. The UI is janky. Thank God that changed. Some static filters go to the top of your screen while others don't. You can just turn static filters off to begin with, dickhead. The animations feel robotic and linear. Yeah, that was an issue. It's definitely better now, at least, but it's a small development team, Bell. You gotta cut him some slack, bro. These cutscenes do look decent otherwise. Some levels have floating objects, like the Moai one. You're gonna use the meme level as an example. Good to go. And the atmosphere. Oh boy, the lighting and atmosphere. I do not feel immersed at all. Yeah, Stone Keep, Crimson Forest, Paradise. Yeah, I totally did not play any of these levels on graphics 10, or even slightly lower than that. I totally didn't do that. When I play this game, all I'm thinking is, this game is not unique. I am not immersed. I am not enjoying this. Over and over in my head. Unbearable for me. Again, a single mention about the ridiculous shit that happens in this game. What a fucking review this is, huh? This is the one I need to fucking tear to shreds, personally. By far, one of the worst Backrooms games ever. So, when I go to browse games, you can clearly tell that this is not the worst Backrooms game ever. Look at this shit. We got fucking Labubu 096. We got a Nextbots clone in this shit. We got another 096 Backrooms thing. We got Shrek in the fucking Backrooms. This doesn't take itself seriously, but I digress. SCP in the Backrooms. This couldn't even fucking hire a fiber artist for like $10. You had to AI generate this shit. But this is somehow the worst game? Unfucking believable. First problem is that the levels are mostly made with free models. Okay, so let's talk about it, because this is a thing. This stigma against free models is completely understandable, because there is this general idea that developers are not investing nearly enough into their own originality, so when they're not using it as a placeholder and instead as a direct game asset, it just feels completely unfair. Listen, when I say this, I really mean this wholeheartedly. Most gamers just do not give a flying fuck. I mean, I point this out in the original video with the whole free model thing. It is an issue, and there's no denying it when you're remotely aware of it. But truth be told, if it's not that much of a fucking issue for most gamers, who especially are not going to be able to recognize half of the assets that is being taken from, I hate to break it to you, this is not nearly as much of an issue, dickhead. I'm not going to sit here and justify this, but the fact that, like, we even gave the original video an almost rocks title, despite this issue, should already be saying enough. And even the entities, he says. It's a little bit understandable. Just give them time. Second is because the devs are lazy enough to make levels that you can escape in seconds. Most of them. A good example are level 12 and 1. Level 12, you walk back and done. While level 1, the exit is way too near the spawn. Okay. Let's talk about this. This game was meant to clearly be accessible. It has obvious difficulty spikes. There are sections of Backrooms Redacted that people have had a hard time in, but overall, this game is meant to simulate Rockstar game difficulty. Do you understand what I mean when I say Rockstar game difficulty? Basically, most Rockstar games do not have difficulty sliders. They don't. The difficulty of the game comes from your level of intelligence. In Vice City, in GTA 3, in San Andreas, even GTA 4 and GTA 5, if you walk up to someone point blank and they're holding an automatic rifle, 9 times out of 10, you're fucking shredded because you couldn't move an iota. You decided to play dumb, the game punishes you for being dumb. This game punishes stupid-ass players all the time because they think that the NPCs are fucking easy. Simultaneously, in these games, if you just play even remotely smart, the enemy AI in pretty much every Rockstar game is never a problem. It's never difficult as a result. Obviously, there's some difficult missions scattered about, but even in Red Dead 2, the game is piss easy, okay? It's only not piss easy if you're not trying to upgrade your fucking health core or just constantly walking in front of specific enemies that are like, I don't know, holding shotguns. Like, why would you do this? Why would you do this? This is literally what they were going for with Backrooms Redacted. Rockstar accessibility, basically. If you play stupid games, you'll win stupid prizes. If you're not stupid, the game is basically a fucking experience. That's kind of the whole point, an experience. And you got all this stupid shit that happened as a result, which now that I'm reading this review, you seem to have a fucking issue with it. The only way I can understand this section of the review is if you come back to it, edit this review, and say that you're one of those Backrooms purists who, prefer their Backrooms cane pixels without lore, without all the anime bullshit that people injected into it. If you just say that, then I would understand that. I don't see that here. So what this is reading to me is you would never enjoy a single game in the Yakuza franchise, essentially. Because if you have a problem with this batshit stuff, holy shit, you're not gonna like Yakuza, period. Because they do this stupid ass shit all the fucking time in that franchise. Okay? It was a bold ass move for them to be pulling it in the Backrooms, but I don't see you coming at us with that perspective, dickhead. Could script this game in 2 seconds. Tons of free models. I could tell no effort was made into this. You didn't even make it to the fucking cutscenes. You couldn't even say partial effort. No, you said no. You didn't even make it that far into the fucking game. Why am I even reading this? Oh, look at this. Look at this. Immersion was broken by bad building, random characters as NPCs appearing, and also nothing to do. Just walk aimlessly without a thought. No threat. There are times where a scary monster appears, but it's janky and so easy to avoid that there's no point in it. Look, I can understand the so easy to avoid point, but like, the no threat part, again, it's like some of you people need to understand, like, holy shit, do you just not understand the concept? It's amazing how bad double standards can get, dude. All right, the same people that were complaining about Class of 09 are glazing the fuck out of GTA, which is a piss easy aim and lock on shooter that does the exact same bullshit world building thing that goes on. I don't understand. I don't understand you people. Okay, I bet if I asked you, Gordony, that if you like GTA, you're gonna say yes, and then you're gonna give me like 1,000 different reasons how Backrooms Redacted doesn't fucking count. No, it's okay. Maybe it kind of doesn't count, but it's literally in the same fucking ballpark. Okay. The selling point of Walking Sims is literally immersion and atmosphere, which this game lacks. Well, dickhead, I don't think you played it on graphics 10. I don't think you did. Nobody thinks you did. Only time I liked it was the docks level and that's it. So you also didn't make it that far. And matter of fact, look at this. There's not even a single mention of the fucking story in this review. I'm not even surprised that this is coming from a guy who is cosplaying fucking MC Ride, okay? I'm not even surprised in the goddamn slightest. Holy shit. Alright, I've had enough of this fucking brain aneurysm. Can we roll the video? Alright, have you played the game? Have you played enough levels of this game? Have you seen how fucking batshit it gets? You have? Okay, great. If you haven't, though, well, this part's gonna make kind of sense, but not completely, because you haven't actually fucking experienced it for yourself, but here we go. We have to figure something out. You remember in the Fisher ending that Mike is just, like, wearing a fucking tactical uniform? That was definitely not something we even expected our character to even look like, which again means we're playing this shit out of order. We have to at least try to better contextualize this. But to even do that, we have to find someone that is undeniably a turnoff to Backrooms purists, and we've mentioned it before in the original video. You already know who it is! Albert Wesker of the fucking Backrooms! Oh my god, this bitch calls herself the Backrooms waifu in the fucking wiki. Why would you call yourself that? Have some self-respect, you goddamn whore. Now, we're not entirely sure where else in the game she shows up, but what we do know is, in order to make things make sense chronologically, we would have to find her in the blue rooms. Thankfully, this is not a hard level to find, but we're gonna skip the fucking traveling process because you don't need me yapping to you about that. If you don't know how, look it up in the fucking wiki. Look at the fastest route section, bro. Like, do that, just do that. And here she is. We come to a library of sorts, and she's got flickering animations, so we already know that this woman's up to no good. Perhaps on another level than we thought.
Hello, Mike. I'm the Albert Wesker of the Backrooms. In other words, a Mary Sue. Anyways, because I'm so mystical and so magical and so neutral, I'll be so vague and be subtly condescending to what you do and don't know up until this point. Dear viewer, this is why you should have played the game if this part of the video is now irritating you. Meg is a good writer, jokes aside.
Wasn't that what I just said? Okay, alright, you can steal my goddamn joke. Going over here, we see a book. Oh my god, we gotta fucking read now? Undertale fans, am I right? We can keep the book in our inventory, but... What's your bitch? To some of you people that are knowledgeable of the Backrooms, this level is also familiar to another one, but it's not even the same thing. This is deja vu in a sort of way. It does not take long to run into our old friend from the last level, though. It really doesn't take that long. She's just chilling on a goddamn mailbox. What is she doing hogging all my mail?
Oh, you're approaching me?
Have you always been here?
Yes, but now I showed up to talk a little. Why are you going to level exclamation mark again?
What the fuck? You know that I knew that Mike knew? Wait, what? You shouldn't even know that. I didn't even tell the goddamn viewers about that just yet. I mean, it was always implied, but you should know that.
I'm Psycho Mantis Michael. Lay your controller as flat as you can. That's good.
Well, in any case, this chick is pretty much indicating that all roads lead to Rome. But we decide to go all the way up the staircase, haven't interacted with her, because why not? Actually, no, the reason is we have to fucking, get to the goddamn ending, so fuck what's at the bottom of the staircase, alright? Taking the wooden door at the very top, we are immediately transported to a level called Duality. Duality is honestly an aesthetic in itself. You're immediately greeted with this giant window that is already partially opened. You also get to see the outside area a bit, but turning to both our left and right, we see a bunch of wooden tables scattered around. You also notice that some of the tables are numbered and are individual exits themselves. Oh, look at that, a poem. We don't really know what all this stuff means, but that is a very suspicious table. If you look around just hard enough, though, we finally find her again. What do you know?
Things never change. You go to sleep at night for the day, and spend the day with the certainty that the night will come again so you can sleep. Well, things have changed around here. I think you noticed.
I don't know which tables to choose, honestly.
You want a logical choice, I imagine. That table is the only possible entrance to a dangerous level feared by many. On the other hand, you can find happiness at level fun. Making choices is really hard, huh?
I guess that's true.
Well, good luck. You're going to need it.
Well, we gotta do this. I mean, the exclamation mark was on the, the list at the arcade. It's gotta mean something, so we're going in. Now, this is one long-ass fucking hallway, man. I'm getting sick of this. Honestly, when does this game get good? It's either long hallways, these whack-ass puzzle maze maps, or just random aesthetic adventures, and I swear to God, I'm getting genuinely sick of this bullshit. And what do you mean run? What the fuck? What the fuck? Come back here, Dale Earnhardt Jr., so I can shoot you in the goddamn face! You fucking piece of shit! You put me in there! You put me in goddamn hell! I fucking... Oh my God! I'm gonna fucking break you cocksucking piece of shit! Okay, honestly, the level was not that bad. We were just playing it up. But, yeah, the reason why we spliced it is because we know some of you people did not play the game. Don't get mad at us just because we didn't show the whole thing. You should have played the fucking game. Why do I gotta face a cardboard cutout of her next to a speaker? Alright, we'll give this the time of day. Why not?
Is it just me, or does the level feel a little different? Kahem. It was unexpected. Congratulations. I really expected you to trip and die in the first few meters. But be honest, was it worth it? You risked your life to gain absolutely nothing. Just congratulations. You are a curious person. Can I tell you a secret? There is a place where nothing seems to exist. Not even you. I really think what you're looking for might be out there. You'll never know if you don't try, right? Find a water supplement shop at level 11 called Alum Water. There's a password to enter, of course. But for surviving the level, I'll tell you what it is. 0, 0, 0, 2. What? I really like the number 2. Remember it. Blue slides will take you to your destination. Red and black are crowded with entities. Beige and pink slides will take you to other levels. Gray slides are full of glue. Don't go down, or you will be trapped forever. The rest of them kill you. That is all.
This is bullshit.
So there is a building that we somehow missed in level 11. How interesting. You know what? We're not gonna go all the way back to fucking GTA 3 City just yet. We still need to contextualize something that is gnawing away at our head. It doesn't make sense. We need to make it make sense. You know, come to think of it, that woman had, like, a smiley face balloon and, you know, that partygoer skin. What do we know about partygoers? Apart from the fact that they were obviously shoehorned into Backrooms lore and that nobody actually likes them unless they're well written, like in Redacted. Oh yeah, party hats and shit. We saw one of those tables, right? Ah, fuck it. We already know this is a bad idea, but let's go in there. Let's find that. Backtracking, oh, there's a box here. Was this always here? I gotta be honest, I don't Okay, so I guess this route works. This is the least conspicuous way to play this out. Well, you know the theme at this point. They shoehorn Daisy Bell so many fucking times. The objective is simple, though it may take you a little while to realize it. You have to destroy the cake. There are multiple cakes to destroy, and once you destroy all the cakes, the exit door finally opens. Thank God, we can finally get the hell out of here. Oh, what the fuck? This is completely different.
Interesting. Your story is really interesting. It may not seem like it, but they're in danger of extinction. We call it Entity 369, also known as Capybara. It was a great help to our colony, and we want to show some gratitude.
I appreciate it, Miss...
You can call me Audrey.
Audrey. I appreciate it. But it's not my merit.
Can you look me in the eyes, Mike? In the world of nature, there are two types of animals, the predators and the prey. Predators impose themselves, keeping their gaze focused on their objective. The prey looks away, and with a lot of luck, it manages to survive. Mike, do you want to be the predator, or do you want to be the prey? You still have a lot to improve. About this partygoer girl you mentioned. Her name is Phoebe, and she's an entity. I'm not the right person to give you much information about her, but I can say she's dangerous. From today onwards, you will stop getting involved with things like that, and start your training. Mike Sunderland, welcome to MEG. Mike? It's River's birthday. Wish her well.
Okay.
I miss you.
The story is slowly beginning to reveal itself. There's not much to say other than the fact that we have the option to talk to everyone here. We're not going to completely cover all the dialogue, but we do owe Mike and his characters some more screen time. Let's get to know this guy, and let's get to know his friends.
Astrid?
Just 5 more minutes. I'm gonna kill you.
Mike! Adrian, you've been gone for a while. Did you learn anything new? Well, yeah, that's cool. Eyes always open. Mike, is that really you? Long time no see, boy. Alec, I haven't seen you in ages. Being a transporter takes a lot of time, you know, kid. I just transported some level 20 crates. We'll have a stock of cleaning products for the whole year. You've been doing this for a few years now. Don't you think about taking some time off? I'm not weak, boy. I can still work like I'm 20. You definitely can. But please consider it. Oh boy, how annoying you are. Take care of yourself, young man.
Mike! I was starting to get worried about you. Are you hurt at all?
Sorry.
We had no clue about how you were doing until now. Glad to know you're okay, but you seem different. Can't put my finger on it.
Didn't take you long to figure out I'm a skin stealer, huh?
Oh, come on, Mike. You're far too lucky to get done in by a skin stealer of all things. Though your skin does seem to have gained a few more scars. At this rate, you might lose an eye or something.
One less eye doesn't make a difference, right? Kyoto seems fine without it.
Mike. Did you hit your head too? You just compared yourself to the strongest human in the Backrooms. Probably out of it as well. People whisper about how she has the potential to survive a one-on-one confrontation with the Crimson Wanderer and win. You don't exactly have that going for you.
Don't you think you're overestimating her? I mean, she is strong, but she's still a human.
I know it's quite unbelievable, but both Audrey and Caleb vouch for her power. They even have stories, especially Caleb. Don't you remember how he talked about them doing an entity cleaning of level 9? Only a single neighborhood watch is left, and she was only using a sword.
I didn't know you knew Caleb.
Oh, anyone around here would know him. He was MEG's best sharpshooter before he left. He's quite similar to you in a way. calm even when death was fast approaching, even if it was worrying. All of us knew he would come out fine, just like you.
I don't think I've ever asked this, but have you been here for many years?
Quite long enough to have started forgetting about my life outside of here. I no-clipped in here while birdwatching. I didn't have much on me, so I was lucky to have found the Manila room relatively quick. After that, I survived on my own for a while before joining up with MEG, and the rest is history. I know you're a busy guy, though. You probably have to get back out again soon, right? Just don't die on me, okay?
I hate to interrupt again, but this character, for some reason, cannot be interacted with. Given her facial reaction, though, it's clear she does not want to talk to Mike.
I heard you were coming back soon. How's time treating you, friend? Well, I can't complain. How about you? Hasn't been too bad. Just on break right now. Glad to have one after so long. You know Audrey. Always making sure things run smoothly so Gideon doesn't bitch about anything. Gideon, huh? I saw him at level 0 today. Glad I didn't run into him on my run out then. He probably would have talked my ear off, though you would know more about that than me. Kyoto's always filling comm channels with your name. Ain't that right, golden boy? Coming from her, I don't even know if I want to hear much about it. She's just rough on you 'cause she's jealous, you know? Don't let her weigh your mind down. Having clear and calm thoughts is far more important. Some places can be tough when you're alone all the time. Stay safe out there.
Mike?
Aurora, it's been so long.
So long. Where were you? I asked them, but they didn't know either.
Hey, that doesn't really matter, right? I'm back now.
Yes. Glad to see you safe. I heard Kyoto tell Audrey that you wouldn't be coming back.
You know I always come back.
That makes me feel better. I don't know where you're going now, but please be careful.
Now that we've figured out when exactly Mike has joined and when he was, not wearing the suit, the timeline of events between this ending and the Fisher ending is now more in sync. But there is still a big gap. When exactly does this woman come in? Well, you know what? We probably need to hit the level 11 for answers, right? Good time as any. And there it is, the water supplement store that was mentioned. It's got the keypad, and we now know the code, which was incredibly easy. Huh. Well, before we go any deeper, we're already met with a woman that is behind the desk here. This woman is definitely just as ominous as fucking Backrooms Wesker over here, but she's just as hard to figure out. The only difference is she's at least more expressive, right? Definitely more easier to talk to, even if she is a little bit condescending. We'll leave you guys to talk to her on your own time because we're getting a little bit fucking lazy. But what we do want to bring up is the fact that she mentions level exclamation mark again. She specifically tells us to go all the way back. Okay, so that hallway was obnoxiously long. There is no fucking way that what we're looking for is all the way back there, bro. At least we now know that locker at the very end does have an actual use. So, you know what? Let's go all the way back. I'm not afraid of you, little piece of shit! It's time to backtrack. Is this what she was talking about? Whoa. Okay, we gotta run. I didn't even realize our sanity was draining, man. What was chasing us? More of this damn hall? Oh, of course there is. I bet there's more of these blue hallways that save us the damn trouble, but you know what? We're just gonna see what happens if we run all the way out. Fuck it! Fuck everything!
I ran until I wasn't in that hotel anymore. When I realized I was at a level that felt like paradise, I was welcomed by defunct entities called party poopers. I don't know either, man. They told me I would be safe. I sighed in relief. I felt like I could finally rest. Even though I felt like I lived in paradise, I still had matters to resolve.
Are you really leaving?
Yeah.
You said you would stay. You're safe here. You can't go back into danger now.
There are people who still need me out there. I will come back, but not alone.
It's because of this kind of thing that I can't let you be in danger. I'm going with you.
Ophelia, you're an entity. I can't just arrive at base with a mimic by my side.
By now you should know that I will make sure you are safe, even if you don't want to be. Right?
And I know it.
I never asked this, but who do you want to bring to the Promised Land?
My supervisor, some co-worker, and... if I convince the Foundation to release him, I could bring him here.
Are you really going to risk your life for this?
Yes, I will.
I'll look for you outside, Mike Sunderland.
See you later, Ophelia.
Okay, looks like we finally have ourselves the context to this Ophelia situation. Mike has actually known Ophelia since the Promised Land incident. Mike also happened to share the same sentiment we had towards entities, and yet he's known this specific one long enough to eventually fish alongside them, as has she for him. Mike at some point was just a fresh guy off the boat, but over time he grew accustomed to his new work environment. Not just this mysterious pink-haired person, but also the friends that you can talk to within the base. If we were to take the game's creation date seriously for the lore, Mike has more than likely known MEG and Ophelia for at least 3 years at the time of this video's release. I don't think this is exactly an easy thing to hide. However, our director friend over here has already called out our Backrooms Wesker character, which more than likely means, just as everyone else is vaguely aware of this person, they're also aware of Ophelia and Mike's consistent interactions with them over the years. However, that's an interpretation based off of limited information. We don't exactly have a complete timeline of the length these two knew each other, so all we can do now is, well, go back to the MEG base and report this to Audrey. Of course, this is not the only character who is aware of Ophelia. If you talk to Adrian again, he also has plenty of stuff to say about, well, Ophelia. And that's when you begin to realize something. The endings affect the game! Oh my god! It's the fucking branching paths thing all over again. And guess what? Levels you've already visited can also affect how you perceive some of them. You remember this level, Kyoto Dreams? Well, guess what? After meeting Kyoto in the Crimson Forest, you can find her again, and guess what? She has updated dialogue if you also ran into Ophelia, because she's also a part of MEG. Holy shit! Branching fucking paths! I'm telling you, this game has it all! This game has it all! And it's here when you talk to Kyoto that she reveals that she views you as a traitor because you talk to Ophelia. Kyoto is racist. Kyoto is a fucking racist. Mixed race couple. Cringe! But is that really all, though? No. Something else is haunting our main character. Doesn't seem like we have much of a choice now. We have to go back to level 11. This is the slide room that she was talking about. Huh. A lot of choices. Okay, let's get one thing out of the way. This video is long enough, and I'm so sorry that we have to speedrun things now, but the blue slide is not meant to go anywhere important. It's a fake out. It's only just appetizer. You really have to experience it for yourself, so if you have not gone to level 119 yet and you want to see what we're talking about for yourself, go do it. Go do it. We've literally spoiled the code for you at this point in the video. We basically gave it out for free. Go to the slides yourself. Otherwise, yeah, we're not going to cover it too much. The blue channel is basically a ending where Mike goes through a blue-filtered cityscape and talks himself into fucking giving up. Now, I'm making it sound like it's nothing, but honestly, again, you have to see this ending for yourself. Because while it is completely pointless to the main story, this was one of the moments in the game that we, realized, wow, Mike Sunderland really has the Ryan Gosling vibes. You have to see this ending for yourself. It really does nothing. It's just meant to be this depressing-ass thing that Mike just goes through, and it works. It works for what it is. It does waste your time, though. It's a shame that she lied to you, but hey, we were calling this bullshit out before, so, you only have yourself to blame if you do end up agitated. The yellow slide, the black slide, and the dark gray slide all lead to level 0. You don't want to backtrack. The orange slide will lead you to level 2.2. The pink slide and the red slide will lead you to level fun. And the gray slide is, it doesn't work. She was honest about that. The only slide that makes sense now is the one that's colored beige. We're heading straight towards it. This is the end. Yet another iconic level in the Backrooms. All we have to do now is go towards an exit and we're pretty much done with the game. This is not really the area I expected. Taking a look, we can spot that the sky is not only fake, but has a number above us. 4, and a little desert. That's interesting. What does this piece of paper say? Oh. Well, if you're not completely rock stupid, you get the point. Each fake exit has their own individual code for their corresponding environments. The number we see at the very top of the computer room is the first number. The palm tree number is the second. The mountain, which we already have, is the third. And of course, the vending machine's the fourth. All we have to do now is find these corresponding exits. Oh, we are definitely on a timer. Something has decided to follow us into the end, and it's actively chasing us. This guy's a little fast, and on top of that, like the partygoer, he has some decent pathfinding to him. He's not the type to get stuck. Basically, do not rely on him getting hung up on a corner. He is always chasing you. Okay, computer, 7, first number. Got it. While we're over here, we notice something odd on one of the chairs. It's a VHS tape. We're not completely sure what this is, but it does end up in our inventory, so I guess that's gonna come in handy soon. I just don't know when. Vending machine, 5, right? Yeah, that's a 5. Obviously, since we were distracted with the VHS tape, the beach one is also 1. We really need to double time it now. The exit is unlocked. Honestly, something just feels off. This is supposed to be the end, right? Is there something bigger than us here? This is VHS tape even 4. Screw it, we're going. This is it, the true final level. You have seen this countless times in the Backrooms if you're a big fan. You have got to admit, this is a very good recreation. Obviously, we have a little bit of trouble trying to smoothly go up, but, well, going up an infinite spiral staircase is always trouble. Genuinely just cannot wait to get the fuck out of here. Seriously. It's been one hell of a ride, Shooting big monsters with shotguns, driving cars, all that crazy shit. The Animal Crossing stuff, that's great. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Should we even actually do this? Based on the lore, it is said that the staircase just keeps ascending infinitely. Fuck it.
My name is Mike Sunderland. I've been an MEG agent for 3 years. My mission was to investigate the end. They had expectations I could get out of the back rooms. Well, they were right. I really did it.
What the fuck? Okay, let's slow things down, because this is completely new. We saw this guy with an eye patch now. He wasn't wearing an eye patch in that fucking Fisher ending. Where did this thing come from? Is that a horn sticking out from his head? He's got the big boss thing going on. What? When did this happen? Why? The redacted pain? This is an entity, and she's here on her knees! No fucking way it ends just like that. No closure, no nothing, just more depression. We just went through the goddamn blue channel, and then it ends with this guy just getting the most fucking... There's not even happy music, there's not even a 5-minute cutscene, it's not like the fucking ending of Metal Gear Solid 4. No, it's just this guy opening a goddamn door. What is this in the goddamn story? What is this? Well, we're gonna have to put aside our disappointment for now and head back to the hub. Because if you recall, that little exit door in this area unlocks only if you have, well, completed the end. And specifically the ending you get for jumping off. Because if you go all the way up, you get an ending where your character just decides, fuck it, everything sucks, this world is infinite, I hate myself, bye-bye. This doesn't even count towards it, not one bit. But hey, at least you got the bad ending badge, right? Level 94 is undeniably one of the harder levels if you do not understand what you're doing. Everything pretty much hinges on you getting inside this little van. And you're not just going to the van. No. You have to stop sightseeing immediately. It's the first thing you do, because if you don't get on this van, it will turn night, and then these fucking weird motherfuckers, whatever the hell they are, they start coming after you, and man, are they fast. You are able to outsprint them, but given the fact that they literally spawn on top of you, everything hinges on you getting to the second van that will take you through the tunnel away from these guys while they're chasing you. But guess what? Some people didn't even realize this. I, the narrator, by the way, I didn't realize I had to take the second van at all. So guess what? When I was doing level 94, I had to do the whole thing on foot, and it was the worst experience ever. So much so that I actually recommend you guys try it, because oh my god, it's a fucking challenge in itself. Because if you miss the second van, and if you just keep running without thinking, oh man, these pricks can spawn on top of you if you don't turn away fast enough, and they will kill you. The second you see the second van, you hop in it, and you don't think about nothing else until it takes you to your final destination. And once you reach your final destination, you see the floating castle, level 94's secondary iconic sub-location within its level. Some people would never think to go to the floating castle or the second van, mainly because, well, there's a good chunk of mobile players who play on low render distances and shit. So yeah, this probably would never occur to you unless you're a Backrooms fan. You have to go to the floating castle. There is no other exit. You have to go to this area. The guy that we want to talk to is right here, and they tell you a story about a mad king. Essentially a guy who just pretty much had his whole life get fractured over fucking mirrors. It's honestly a sad story, but this is a hint, a very, very important hint. You can also talk to these people, and they just give you miserable lore about themselves. Especially the executioner, and man, I feel bad for this guy. Trust me, buddy, I don't blame you one bit. You did what you thought was right, and he still stabbed you in the goddamn back. Tony Soprano style. Fuck him. You wanna know why you should especially memorize what the first cell guy said? Well, that's because this is a boss fight. This is the animated king, and the only way to beat him is to get him to rush into the mirrors. That story is coming together all at once, huh? Initially, he starts slow and takes his time coming towards you. He's not gonna rush you because he thinks you're mincemeat. He thinks you're pretty much piss easy. But once he realizes that you're not gonna go down that easily, well, it's only then does he start speeding the process up. And that is when this section especially gets intense. Oh yeah, fucking boss fights in my Backrooms game! This motherfucker is mainly difficult for mobile players. For PC and controller players, it's a little bit easier, but at the same time, you could get fucked up, and that's mainly because if you stand right next to the mirrors, and you stand next to them too long, he will appear from them and insta-kill you. And then you have to do this whole sequence all over again. But hey, if you remember the fact that there's a second van that you need to get to right after getting out of the first van, you won't have to go through hell getting back to the castle at the very least. It'll just be an obnoxious trip at minimum. Now, is there any significant lore implications for why Mike would be doing this? To be brutally honest with you, we don't know. We've never seen a single line of dialogue of anybody mentioning what Mike did on level 94. And to be honest, with the way level 94 is portrayed, it does seem more like a surreal dream experience that nobody in MEG has experienced, and Mike probably only buckets it up because nobody would believe him. Everyone knows that this guy is capable of going through hell and back, but this guy doing some Kyoto level shit? No. It probably would read as bullshit to a bunch of people. Not to Ophelia though, I'm sure that's why she hangs out with him a lot. Eventually, after some juking and maybe trying to get him unstuck if he, well, gets stuck at the center of the fucking stage, he eventually smashes the final mirror. When you really think about this lore-wise, Mike Sunderland really just did some RE4 shit. Because yeah, he didn't even use the shotgun that he had at hand, and yet all he needed to do was just get him to bait himself into a mirror. He didn't even once try to shoot this dude. Resident Evil 4. Well, at long last, he marked 2 levels off the list. Exclamation mark and 94. What remains now is 404. It would be easy enough to immediately dive to the negative levels, because there's been plenty of times at this point in the game where you've seen suggestions that there are in fact levels below the main levels. From the -2 door in numbered doors to this strange little area, this little glitch in the matrix seems quite obviously enough the route to 404. But we recommend against trying to go to 404 at this point. As tempting as this is, there is a very good feeling deep in our gut that we are missing some serious context to the overarching plot around Mike. And this isn't the most ridiculous thing we still have left to do. There are technically 2 arcade-style levels. It's very easy to assume that the one we saw with that list is the one we needed to go to. But there is another one, and it has a dog shit music loop.
How do you like that soundtrack? That won't get annoying at all.
To even get here, you have to actually progress past the pool rooms in chronological order. So that means level 37 to 38 and then to 39 where we're currently at. If we look correctly, we will find a poster with a jester of some kind. Oh my god, do I really have to narrate over this shit? Okay, so once you do these little button pressing things, you come out to this little stage and oh my god, it's not Harley Quinn. And she's like,
Mike Sunderland, welcome to my game of games. And here today, I am going to introduce you to the world's greatest genre of PvP. That's right, tower defense. Oh, I bet you weren't expecting that, Mike Sunderland. Oh, I hope you've been playing enough Bloons tower defense, because that shit ain't gonna make any difference here. We're playing my game, my rules.
you could've just killed the guy. You could've put him in a fucking saw trap. What the fuck do we even gain out of this, dude? A train ticket? Why? Why are you giving me this?
Respectfully, I enjoy our little game, but there are some serious things for you to attend to. And once you see it, you will know.
The fuck are you talking about? What the fuck was she talking about? Train ticket. Wait, train ticket. If you've explored more than 100 levels already, you have more than likely come across an infinite doorway. Well, almost infinite doorway. Eventually, you do come across a locked door. This level is also a reference to a similar phenomenon in the SCP series, which is also why you see the MTF here. Holy shit, add this to the Yakuza because if we've passed through this level multiple times already, well, we already know that this is the priority. This is one of the more interesting areas because the train line doesn't really bring you to that many new locations. As a matter of fact, it's another option to get to level exclamation mark. Otherwise, all the other levels here that are listed aren't really unique. You've already been through most of them by the time you've made it to this point of the game. This is a kind of weird reverse fast travel location where once you've been through enough areas, if you want to go back to then go to other levels from these specific locations that, again, you've already been to, well, you can go ahead and do this. But there are two unique levels, and it's in this specific line. Level 513 and level 669. Look, we're being tested for time here. People want to hear lore and not more exploration. Come on, can we just roll a little montage to show what this level's about?
Acquire this link, it's a ringer. Cut my skis, make yours much fresher, or whatever. I got the price to such, block of pigeons come. I got drums by this bobbin slum. Acquire this link, it's a ringer. Cut my skis, make yours much fresher, or whatever. I got the price to such, block of pigeons come. I got drums by this bobbin slum.
Hey, if you're pissed off, explore in your own time. Okay, that's it. Otherwise, 669 is definitely where we want to go. Here comes the train. The game is polite enough to indicate which stop that you'll be at. We don't want to get off at the first train stop because the first train stop takes us to Vaporwave Land. We're taking the second stop instead. Well, here we go. Is that really why she gave me the train ticket? Was she on our side? You know, it's funny now thinking about it because Mike definitely doesn't mention the Game Master to anyone. At least I don't think. No, he doesn't. He didn't mention the animated king. At least I don't think he did. But he definitely didn't mention the Game Master. Especially the Game Master. Undeniably. Why would she help him?
In the depths of the labyrinth, there's a place that brings you comfort to those who are God. This place has a name.
Look, Chris. He will take his first steps.
Mom?
Did you see that? When he goes off, he'll be strong like me.
This voice.
My son, I don't want you to hate me.
couldn't stop hating you. But did it hurt so much to leave me?
Your name is Mike, isn't it? It's my birthday today, and we need cake. Do you want a slice?
Even though it's not real, this is so...
You'll think I'm crazy, but I don't want to leave this place. I'm happy here.
If I hadn't been thinking all the time about leaving, maybe I would have enjoyed the time with you.
You should smile more often.
Even though I remember so many things, I don't feel bad about it. I can't bear the thought of letting them go. But I need to learn, overcome it, and move on. Then I'll be ready to leave. Tape. I don't know what it is about that tape, but it's not there for no reason. It's calling to me. Whatever it's for, I'll see what's on it.
Nowhere left to run. I've caught you.
What the hell? What is going on?
I don't know if this ends though.
I'm gonna get 100.
Okay.
Or at least I'll try to anyway.
Wait! Oh my gosh! I just saw a code, dude, and I couldn't get it.
Wait, in the mini game?
It was like right at the bottom. It said EXCE something.
I saw something that said Friday.
Oh, what? But I'll do Friday.
What? Hey, you're lucky I'm playing on the fucking WASD system. If I had my goddamn wheel up, you would not even be long for this fucking planet. You hear me? You would not be long for this planet. I will owe you a fucking Mario Kart. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Why am I an LSD dream emulator? What the fuck is going on?
Wait a minute. Do I know you? Wait.
You know,
It's kind of funny to think back on the past. It was my 23rd birthday party where we met. You were wearing a dark gray sweater and showed up all shy, greeting me. Alec immediately pulled you over to sit at the table with us. I remember it was like yesterday. I still don't know how you didn't find it weird that every day I came up to you asking which way the bathroom was. And every day you explained it to me. I always find myself remembering that and laughing. Let's be honest. You knew what I knew, and I knew that you knew. But it was still funny. Up to now, we've been on about 6 missions together, and I always laugh so much on them. Honestly, this life feels like a dream. You apologized for not bringing a gift the day we met, but the thing is, you did bring one. You were the best gift I could have received.
Back then, I see that I acted like someone tough and serious around you. Like I didn't approve of you being there and thought the team was already fine the way it was. I regret that. I was feeling insecure. I felt sad because I thought I was going to lose my best friend. But he had found someone to replace me. After you arrived, River started spending more time with you and talking about you to me. At first, it didn't bother me. But then it really got to me. That's why I was crying in the room that day. And even after I had treated you badly before, you sat down and asked me what had happened. That's why I hugged you suddenly and cried like a baby. I felt so guilty in that moment. It hit me like a punch to the stomach. I love you, Mike. I'm truly sorry for the way I treated you in the past.
Once you asked me why I treated you so well, and I joked saying it was because you had such a beautiful smile, which is true, seriously. You should smile more often. But the truth is, I went through the same thing when I got here. I was lost, had no hope for anything, until Audrey saw potential in me. MEG became a home to me, and it still is. I see everyone there as family, and I wanted it to be that way for you too. I saw a lot of myself in you, Mike. And spending time with you has been good for me as well. I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. I know you think Eden doesn't like you, but that's not true. She just needs some time to get used to you being here. I bet you two could be great friends too.
When River showed me that picture of you coming back from that mission with Caleb, I was terrified. I thought something like, "What do you mean this guy smiles?" Like it was the first time I saw you looking happy. A few months in MEG really did you good, huh? Well, looking back now, I really feel like I was unfair to you. I honestly think we should have spent more time together, Mike.
There's something about paradisiacal levels that really draws me in for some reason. Remember when you, Eden, Elise, and I went to level 48 to look for that fish species? And Eden kept complaining that I stopped every 10 minutes to look for shells in the sand? Well, I came back to base with my pockets full of shells that day. Adrian thought it was trash and threw it all away. I didn't talk to him for a week.
This may be where things end, but recollection stands eternal. Isn't it incredible what the mind is capable of? More than that, you're far more resilient than you know, Mike.
You've come so far, seen so much, felt your world crumble once, twice, again and again. Your heart has led you here, laden by loss and hardship, and yet you persist. Only you could. I hope you never let go of the past that made you. That you'll always know where to go and to never forget who you are. But I'm not worried. After all, you're in good hands.
Entity 666, also known as the Happy Files virus. This entity has the ability to erase anyone it touches, and when a person is erased, they're also erased from the memory of everyone they knew. Why's this kind of thing always happen to me? You've come too far, and you know too much. But soon you will be with her, in a place not far away, known as... Shut the hell up. You really think you're scary? Let me guess, you don't think you're an entity. I'm sick of your little games. You've already hurt so many people. And you took someone far more important from me. Worst part is that I don't even remember her, 'cause of you. I'm not scared, man. I'm really pissed off. A human weapon. What makes you think that's enough? It's not. That's why I call all the souls you trapped. What? You won't hurt anyone else. You didn't even let the people who cared about your victims grieve their loss. Do you think being some kind of freak gives you the right to do that? Go to hell.
Strange color walls, my eyes deceive. What is wrong with me? Deep in the night you think everything's right. Tell it to yourself. Say it's just a nightmare. Something is telling you nothing can change where you are again. Why should it matter? Your dreams of a child, innocence is gone. Only fear to play with. Faces are changing, but nothing is changing the pain. Too late.
remember you, Eden. Now, no one can ever forget.
Having made it to this point, we finally understand a good chunk of Mike Sunderland's life. As we more than likely know, Mike Sunderland was once a fresh guy off the block who was unfortunately trapped in the back rooms. He finds a guy, asks for directions, and he goes from there. Where there was constant hell and back. A lot of places shaped like mazes, a lot of places all dreamy-like, and a lot of places just full to the brim with malicious entities waiting to take his life. There were, of course, other people like him that he's seen on these journeys. Some of them were lost, some of them were looking for something, some of them were just trying to find other people. But more often than not, he'd noticed that a lot of these people would also stick together, form big groups, hang out with each other, rendezvous with each other. As big as this maze was, everything was slowly coming together for the human population that was stuck down here. We don't know when exactly in Mike's life that this finally decided to bother him with this sense of responsibility, but it felt like the right thing to do. He encounters an entity that is almost extinct, and rather than keep it as a pet, leave it there, he takes it out of the strange after party and delivers it straight to MEG. But it's not like it was ever a clean transport, let alone a clean journey. He encounters a mysterious woman many, many times over, directing him to do things that he honestly either never thought of or was just genuinely inexplicable. Maybe this fueled his drive to finally become somebody, because if he was going to be stuck down here, he'd at least like to do a good thing. Audrey, however, senses very different about Mike and gives him the prey or predator speech. Mike is still too young, still fresh off the boat. Beyond how long he has been surviving, and beyond the selfless act, he feels as if it wasn't really his merit. Because really, he didn't actively choose to search this thing out. He just found it there. He was just as lost in the after party as this thing was. Audrey, despite Mike's hesitation and self-doubt, employs him right on the spot. But before he leaves, she tells Mike to wish one of her friends a happy birthday. But that was not any ordinary birthday. Mike and Alice started talking. The old guy asked him to sit at the table with them, and they just hit it off. He happened to be a bit of a dry goof, and she happened to enjoy his company. Alice was not the only elephant in his life. At that birthday party, he happened to meet many, and many of them to this very day still greet him gleefully. A few months go by, and this whole family has this dude smiling. That smile is a smile to kill for. This quiet little dude really found a new family. Alice was no different to Mike, and she admits that to him. Like him, she showed up one day, was absolutely lost, had nowhere to go in this hazardous place until she finally found Audrey and MEG. And like Mike, MEG became a home for her. But not everyone within this group was completely there. Eden was one of the very few people in the team that did not really appreciate Mike at first, mainly because she thought she was going to lose her best friend. Alice spent a lot of time talking with Mike up until that point, and Eden did not appreciate that. But she is a human being. When she realized her behavior was too much, she cried that day. And despite that, Mike sat down beside her and still asked her what happened. Even with the way she was treating him, he let her hug him. As strong as his family was, no matter how many times Mike was able to give Alice that winning smile, eventually something tragic happened. Alice disappears. This sends Mike down a depressive state. This is finally when Redacted's plot begins to coincide with the gameplay. You play both the before and after of Mike Sunderland, before he joined MEG and after. It especially changes the perception of the entire game if you're one of those players that still managed to stick around. Originally, when you play this game, you are just as lost, clueless, and inquisitive about the environment that you're in as Mike was. But after MEG, when you're constantly exploring these levels, the repetition, the agitation, the confidence, knowing every nook and cranny, hammers home that same complacency that Mike has. You know how the world is, and Mike knows how the world is. You're doing this job to document, redocument, and do quests. Mike is just doing it to forget, or at least try to live. His friend, Eden, on the other hand, decided to take this investigation into her own hands. Not that Mike wasn't already trying, but with how long this search for Alice was taking, she had to try when Mike couldn't. And somehow during it all, she stumbles upon the end and has her life taken by Happy Files. At the exact same time, Eden is somehow transformed into this entity that we now call Anemoy. Eden is then erased from everyone's minds, given the entity's supernatural abilities. A long time passes until Mike eventually stumbles upon the end himself. It's more than likely that Mike did not come here to leave. What we saw in the good ending was like a timeline branch of what could have been, or what will soon be. But we're not there yet. It doesn't make sense. Mike is pulled into this digital world, teetering on the edge of losing himself the same way she did. And this is how he finally encounters Eden. Eden tells her about a solemn retribution, the aftermath of a tragic tale. She asks him to observe closely. River has found herself in an intricate predicament. It's revealed that Alice and some kind of entity, who claims to be the counterpart of Anemoy, has managed to merge her with her own consciousness. It's also indicated as a result that even Eden is merged with her consciousness. Mike, however, is unable to determine this, but it's right there. It's always been there. It's in his head. And when she makes him realize this, and when she makes him see that Alice is still out there, that it's still worth a shot, he finishes this. We need to complete that list. By process of elimination, we know that the most standard way of traversing the backrooms is more than likely never going to get us to level 404. It's finally time for the negatives.
Are you real?
It's dangerous here, you know.
It's not dangerous. Nico loves this place. It's all very funny, but there's just one problem.
And that is?
In this place, if you stop breathing, you cease to exist. Who are you again?
That song. It's a little familiar, isn't it? Songs don't end just because you stop listening. Who are you? I was there, waiting. I don't need a name, but you already know me. Do I? More than you realize. I don't fight. I just stay here. And when the wait is too much, I make sure you're not alone. It's time to move on, Sunderland. The room won't hold you forever. What is this fog? What do you think you're doing? What was that? I don't know. What are you doing here? In the negative levels?
I'm looking for someone. Blonde hair, blue hoodie. You wouldn't happen to have seen her, would you?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You can call me Jay.
Mike. Thank you for helping me.
You're welcome. You never know when a giant monster will appear, right?
Yeah, you seem to know him.
I heard stories. That creature that destroyed level -6.
Sounds really ominous.
I know, right? Well, anyway, I'll wait here a little longer. See you soon.
trying to kill me or something?
It was an accident!
Of course it was.
But it really was! I swear!
What is that?
I don't know. I can't read.
Come on, get down.
Okay.
What the fuck is he doing? Can I help you, sir? Can you grant me access to the elevator? Absolutely. going on? I can't understand you. What?
You're not alone.
Shay! No, you're... I'm sorry.
No, I met with your friend.
Is he okay? Where did you find him?
He's okay. Not too far, I think.
Thank God.
Stay here and wait for your friend. I'll call for a rescue team for the both of you.
All right, thank you.
You better stop doing that.
What?
I said you'd better stop doing that. Do you think it's worth risking your life just for fun? These levels are extremely dangerous. How do you think he'll feel when you disappear because of this little hobby of yours? That guy seems to care about you.
You're right.
I don't want him to end up like me. So you'd better value your life and the people who care about you.
The destruction doesn't stop growing. It's truly terrifying. The old battle cannot look like ants compared to that thing. It's all on fate, and people keep disappearing. We'll abandon the city if this keeps going.
When you were a small child, you found your own personal digital heaven. And you met a girl. There whose code was chiseled by the gods. She laughed in hexadecimal and took your hand and guided you to the skybox. And then you forgot her forever. She loved you. We miss you. Aren't you happy? Aren't you excited? You finally found your empty paradise. This story sounds familiar to you, but it's not entirely true. What has this world done to you, my dear? You're broken and can barely stand up, but everything is fine now. It's time to close your eyes and allow yourself to rest. Never again. Mike? 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 Wake up!
Alice?
Mike!
God, I missed you so much.
I missed you too. Oh my god, how did your stubble grow so fast?
I haven't shaved recently.
I knew you would come save me. Eden?
She's called Anemoy's sign now. Anemoy said that by all her power, she would do her best to protect me. And now, we're here.
What?
Damn it.
I won't be able to keep you in Gaius's mind for much longer.
What do you mean by in Gaius?
Out of my head!
Alice, can you hear me? I'll get you out of there!
No, you're not going to take her away from me. I can't.
And that's how the story ended. submerged in water, without the strength to move a single muscle. Shortly after finding the person I'd been trying to find for 3 years. I'm so lucky. I got to see River one last time.
Wait a minute, part 1? Are you telling me there's gonna be a second part to this?
Finally, you're awake. You must have many questions.
My girl is alive.
Take all the time you need. I'll be waiting for you in the Grand Hall. Millennia ago, there existed a being that could be considered both everything and nothing. Born from the essence of the void, his name was Aetherian. From creation to destruction, from love to war. One day, he decided he would create a perfect world, uniting all of his power into a single act of creation. A terrible mistake, one that led to his fragmentation. That world was born as a reflection of the human world. And Aetherian's fate was to split into 7 beings, each one a mirror of his grandeur. Aceres, the Silent Queen, the reflection of death. Reyna, the Crimson Wanderer, the reflection of war. Clavis, the father of all keys, the reflection of protection. Argos, the law, the reflection of justice. Gaius, the muse, the reflection of art. And lastly, Philia, the priestess, the reflection of love. Together, they are the essence of Aetherian, what you would call the Mirrored Ones. Michael, do you believe in the story?
I don't.
I figured that would be your answer. But believe it or not, Clavis saved you. Until then, we thought Gaius was dead. He cares about you. We all care. You are now in our perfect world, where only people with pure hearts enter. You can finally rest in the Keeper's domain, and in time, you will become immortal. The most that might bother you here are your ears. They just keep growing, you know? My name's Vincent. I'm known as the Librarian. If you'd like to continue our conversation, meet me at the library. However, if you just want to leave and go back to your normal life, you can leave and return whenever you want through the hub. Make yourself at home.
Yeah, I bet you're just as confused as me, but if you're correctly confused, then holy shit, is this not a Yakuza moment? This is straight up a transference from the Backrooms to the Backrooms Anime Edition to fucking Final Fantasy? I don't know either. Nobody fucking knows either. There is a lot to take from this place, and exploring this entire castle, we realize that this shit is just humongous. And that's just the interior of the castle alone. But wait, before we even get close to the outside, we still need to see this room. Yep, this room is a miniature puzzle in itself. The fucking stairwells, they move individually and automatically. Like now this is like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, is this not like some Final Fantasy type shit? Like, what the fuck? Technically, you can fall down this giant chasm, but what this is gonna do is not kill you. You can try as you want, but it's never gonna kill you. It just brings you back to a certain point in the castle after the cutscene, and yeah, he was not kidding when he said that you guys were gonna be fucking immortal in this place. If you traverse these rooms correctly, eventually you stumble across this woman.
Michael, I see you finally awakened.
You know me?
Yes, I do. Vincent, Gregory, and I have been taking care of you all this time. Where are my manners? My name is Beatrice. I am the archivist of the castle. Our healer, I believe he's in the northwestern village, tending to a young maiden. You should be able to meet him soon, Michael.
You know what? We need to find Vincent. Vincent didn't just disappear on us, and he did tell us where to find him, so... Wait a minute, there's more rooms? How the fuck do you get to those rooms? You know what? Those rooms probably are in the Part 2 update, but if they're not, then... Well, neither of us currently know how to get up there, so we'll just talk to Vincent. And here he is.
Michael.
Can you answer a question for me?
As many as you want. What do you wish to know?
How long did I sleep?
A long 28 days. But outside of Clavis's domain, only 7 days must have passed.
Time passes faster here?
This varies according to the Mirrored One's wishes. For Clavis, time passes quickly. But, well, did you notice how slowly time passed when you were in Gaius's domain? Your beloved seemed not to have aged, showed no signs of madness. My hypothesis is that for her, those 3 years were only 3 long days. So, you need to calm down. Let's think of a way to get Alice River out of there, and help Gaius too. Clavis saw something in you. Suffering, loss, heartbreak. But despite it all, you haven't lost your moral compass. If I may say so, of all the expressions I expected when I saw you, waking up with a smile wasn't one of them. You should really consider living here, or at least talk to the people in the villages. They all used to be very gloomy. Now, it's a little difficult not to find a good smile around here.
Where is Clavis?
Currently, he's looking for Raina. It's ironic because Raina always finds him, but when it's the other way around, the outcome seems different. But I guarantee you, he wants to get to know you as much as you want to get to know him.
How do I kill that thing?
Michael, you're rushing things a bit, but I understand your eagerness. However, it's not impossible. You would need to convince the other Mirrored Ones to hand over an item to you. With all 6 items in front of the window, you would call a forced meeting. With this, we can understand how to solve everything. You're not really thinking about that, are you?
With that exposition out the way, we can finally leave the castle. Wow, this is one big-ass courtyard. Obviously, if you've been paying attention to the conversation, bits and pieces of this area is inaccessible until the Part 2 update arrives. And I still can't believe that this is just Part 1. This is really ramping up to be the most epic story in the fucking Backrooms, bro. And I know I've been just saying this a lot, but like, come on. How batshit is this? Look at the fucking sky, for fuck's sakes. This isn't even this is like in one of the solar systems in the fucking Final Fantasy universe, dude. How can this not, like, oh my god. So yeah, we can talk to the villagers here, and they do respond to us warmly. These guys are clearly bored out of their goddamn minds, because being immortal in this little place does take certain joys of life from you, but it's not too bad for them, I guess. You probably also notice that the fishing rod is available to you on this level. If you still want to fish for some reason, you can. There are, in fact, fish on this level. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't think there's much for any of us to say here. Like, that's pretty much it, but as far as it goes, this is really cool. Look at this fucking castle. Look at this fucking outside area. I still can't believe that this is still a Backrooms game. What the fuck? It's like all the anime bullshit that people were injecting into the wiki has, like, culminated into this grandiose moment, dude. Also, another thing that we want to mention is the fact that there is, as far as we can tell, no other players here. here. This is probably another one of those single-player server instances that you can find in this game because we didn't see anybody else here. It was just us when we were going through this section. Literally just us. All right, you know what? Theory crafting time. Because we've already explained the story to you in an earlier section of this video, and you're probably putting all the pieces together with this section alone. So there are certain things to take away from what Gaius was saying to Mike to what characters that we saw in these cutscenes that we've definitely never seen before, and what Vincent was especially seeing, and what Vincent was showcasing on the stained glass. In case it wasn't obvious, yes, that final bit with Gaius was you on level 404. And repeatedly, Gaius specified her behaviors as something more digital. Laughing in hexadecimal, taking you to the skybox, these are all video game elements. Every time we see a flashback of Alice or another character altogether, there's always this little digital sound effect that usually plays. A kind of glitch in the matrix, if you will. And when you eventually come to, we find Alice stuck in a white void, which is supposed to be some kind of weird safe space in Gaius' head. And then you have this little section where Gaius starts freaking out, telling Mike that she will not allow him to take her away from her. As of part 1, it's still unclear why she would keep her there, but we can kind of get a glimpse of a possible avenue. Gaius mistook Alice for either the sixth person altogether, or Alice is the sixth person, and that is why her behavior up until this point was strangely electronic. However, to some of you Backrooms fans, this is not going to come as a complete shocker. Because yes, Alice River up until this point was not a complete original character, and is in fact a person of interest on the Backrooms wiki. As a matter of fact, they just outright tell you that Alice River has the ability to interface with technology. They say it right on the wiki. So either way, even if she is not this sixth person, it's clear that Alice herself is very supernatural. There's no denying it at this point. She's in there, she's merged with her consciousness. If she wasn't supernatural before, she sure as shit is now. You know, this is reminding me of a certain story in Cyberpunk. I'm getting a strong vibe from it. It's not really Yakuza related, funnily enough. I'm just getting this strong deja vu. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This seems really familiar to me. It seems really familiar. Okay, but that's enough theory crafting because we don't know shit. Now, as much as we want to stay in this place and explore a bit more, you guys remember that checklist, right? Technically, we completed it. And Vincent did just tell us outright that if we don't want to stay here, we can just go back to our normal life. Guess it's time to head back to the arcade, huh? What in the Ubisoft checklist mission shit is this?
Test procedures in there. Motherfucker, that's what the fuck you are. You using your rifle.
Put your controller on the floor.
Look at this now, happy getting boosted up.
This is the enemy!
Kill this arrogant motherfucker.
Can you not see that I am a cat? If I were not, what would you say I am?
Hold on, I know. You look like that American guy. You know, like Bill Clinton.
I
hey guys.
Yeah, hey, how's it going?
Hey, Mr. Bot, it's Pim here. We're just calling because we're in Brazil right now, and we kind of screwed up a little bit, at least I did. We don't have a hotel, and we're just wondering if you had any ideas of maybe, like, you know someone here that we can stay with, or maybe something that we can do.
Jeez, I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys don't have a hotel?
No, we thought we had one, but like we were gonna get another hotel, and I guess normally that wouldn't be a problem, but right now it's Mardi Gras here in Brazil, so just everywhere's booked, everywhere's fully booked out. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, shoot. Let me see.
If you can't think of anything,
Yeah,
you've already...
You chose the worst time to go. You chose the worst time to go.
We know.
We
we
can figure this out on ourselves. We're just wondering, and obviously, yeah.
God, I don't know.
We'll figure it out. I think it'll be fine.
Thank you for...
thank you, Mr. Boss.
Thank you. It was good talking.
Mike. Wallace's team has discovered a new level. I think you would love it. Do you want to go there with me?
Mike. I heard about Riverman. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
My body won't move. What am I doing? If I leave now, I'll be turning my back on everyone who ever cared about me, believed in me. And also, even those who loved me. Even though I want it more than anything, I can't leave. There's still loose ends that need to be resolved. If Z were here, Z wouldn't want me to do this. I think that from the moment you fall here, there's no turning back. Even facing the exit, my responsibilities just scream louder. As painful as it may be.
We knew it would be too easy. Come on, after all we've been through with Mike, all the nightmare scenarios, all the ridiculous shit, the realization that his girlfriend is still alive, we really just decided to leave? Technically, to a certain extent, we didn't know this would backfire on us because this section was just still lingering here, but regardless, it kind of came down to common sense. Leaving, after all this, after everything, after the fact that part 2 has been clearly revealed to us, we still have plenty of loose ends. And until that second update comes out, Mike has a lot left to do. And that's the end of Backrooms Redacted! Oh my god, what a long-ass video. I hated narrating over this shit so much that I like, you have no idea how many times I asked BCP to just do this shit herself. It had to be me. Oh my fucking god, how does Pyrocynical get away with this shit? How do you do it, you fucking asshole? How do you do it? This game had everything. Animal Crossing, fucking Left 4 Dead, fucking Tower Defense, fucking Mario Kart, Friday Night Funkin', Minecraft, LSD Dream Emulator, and that's just the surface because there's some other shit that we deliberately didn't cover that we're going to cover in the second part when the second update drops, but like we're gonna spoil what that extra shit is now. There's also another fucking mobile game element, then there's this Garten of Ban shit. Fuck that game. Dead by Daylight again. Devil May fucking Cry. Doors. There is just a lot that goes on in this game. We sincerely hope that you get why we called this the Yakuza of the Backrooms games, guys, because this shit is just 1-to-1. Kiryu goes on a depressing rampage. Kiryu decides to play on the fucking arcade. Mike goes through a depressing rampage, if you could say. He plays Mario Kart while in a oh my god. Listen, listen, we know that there's a lot of people on Better Discovery, and there's like critics in the server and all this other shit that have complaints about the free models and the janky gameplay. We understand that, but you know what? If you people are able to glaze Yume Nikki, which is this pixelated fucking nightmare of a top-down dream emulator game, you should be able to give some of this shit a clear fucking pass. If this is not an 8 out of 10 for you, this should be a 7. This should be a 7. This game is so clearly lacking, and yet it does a lot. Do you see why in the original video we said this game not only managed to understand its limitations, but exceed expectations? We had no idea the game was leading up to this shit, dude. No clue. God, how do we end this video now? Like, with an unironic review? I think the flaws we just pointed out were the fucking review in itself. There's like nothing else to really say. What do we do here at this point? Do a musical number like any other Pyrocynical video? Oh, you gotta be
We lost everything! We had to pay the price! Yeah, we lost everything! We had to pay the price! I saw you when life was missing. You lit a flame that consumed my head. I'm not one for reminiscing, but I trade it all for your sweet embrace. Yeah, 'cause we lost everything. We have to pay the price. There's a canvas with 2 faces, of all ages of love and lost. It was a passion for the ages, and in the end, just we paid the cost. A thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What did it to me? I know. Say what you had to say, but a thing of beauty will never fade away. Will never fade away. Will never fade away. I see your eyes, I know you see me. You're like a ghost, like you're everywhere. I'm the demon never leaving, and met a soul of rage and fear. That one thing that changed it all. That one sin that caused the fall. A thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. What did it to me? I know. Say what you had to say, but a thing of beauty, I know, will never fade away. I'll do my duty, I know. Somehow I'll find a way, but a thing of beauty will never fade away. I'll do my duty, yeah, will never fade away. Will never fade away. Will never fade away. Will never fade away.
Zero out of 5. She's got no